It's King Bucho. Welcome to BDA Boxing, the Boxing Debate Arena. This is an open line show. Anybody can join. So if you want to jump on, hit the link in the description, the Discord link. And I'm going to be posting the link in the chat as well. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the BDA family. Antilles in the chat. Until I can read now. We have a bunch of people there. Shout out to everybody. Jesus Christ, what a crazy fight. Fabio Wardley stops Joseph Parker in the 11th round after losing the fight. I had at that point, Parker up 6-4, actually. And so Wardley does it again. He makes a comeback thanks to his power. So anyways, guys, open lines. We already have some people here. We have BDA, we have Sobers, we have Telkines. Guys, I'm going to be back, so you guys just take it away. I'll be back.
What's going on, baby?
Can I just shout out to you guys for being on here? If I may just give my thoughts real quick here. Interesting fight because, I mean, before we get down to the nitty-gritty of the jabs and the weakness, let's get to the most interesting aspects of this fight. First of all, what a great fight after 2 months of nothing from boxing. I mean, 2 months of just, we had Oscar Collazo, we had Jaron Ennis taking on a nobody. This is the fight that we were finally expecting. We got our fix, and I thought it was a good fix. However, my question to you guys is, and I'm very curious to hear what people in the chat and yourselves here on the panel are going to say. And by the way, this is an open panel, so anybody can jump on. What do you guys think of the stoppage?
I think it was a clean stoppage. Parker wasn't throwing enough back, and I believe that when Fabio Wardley picked up the volume, and that was a great stoppage, actually.
You thought that was a great. Not only do you agree with the stoppage, but you think it was a great stoppage.
Yeah, I told everybody before the fight long ago, Fabio Wardley win, Fabio Wardley knockout. I warned everybody. They didn't listen. Here's the result.
Well, listen, people are listening now, that's for sure. Sobers, what did you think of the stoppage?
Well, if I put money on Parker, I'd be pissed, right? If I was on Parker's team, I could see, I could see how you could be upset, right? Because the last 2-3 shots kind of weren't too clean. Like he rolled 2 of them. And but as far I could see it, right? They call it a UK stoppage, but he had him really hurt just like a minute before, like at the end of the last round, and he was hurting him, right? And he caught him against the ropes, and it's like you're not throwing nothing back. You let the dude throw 15, 20 punches at you, and you don't throw nothing back. It looks like he's beating the shit out of you. You got to throw back, baby. You know what I'm saying?
You guys, why do you keep saying? Why do you keep acting like Austin Powers? What's going on here? I can understand what you're saying. Yeah, look, if you're not throwing punches back, you're on the ropes. However, my thing is this, and I got a pretty low standard or actually a high standard for stoppages. Let me just rephrase it. I have a high standard for stoppages, meaning I don't really care if people get hurt in the ring. They know what they're doing. If you ask most professional boxers, hey, would you rather have the fight stop too late or too early? Most will say too late, because they want to be given that extra chance of, hey, maybe I can get out of it safe and I can score a little something back. So I didn't see that from Joseph Parker. I didn't see Joseph Parker on the ropes eating shots. I saw him rolling with a lot of it. In fact, I was actually a little afraid for Wardley that, hey, man, are you going to punch yourself out? Even one of the commentators, as soon as I was thinking that, ended up saying that during the fight. So I don't know, man. I mean, I can understand what you're saying about if you're not throwing back, but you got to be getting hit and getting your head snapped back and not punching back for that to work.
Well, we got to take in consideration. We have to take into consideration. I'm sorry, Sobers, but people downgrade Wardley, calling him a white collar boxer. Somebody with no amateur experience. Well, he showed everybody freaking otherwise, bro. This is what happens when you doubt somebody because of their amateur experience. Screw that bias and right? Screw everyone who subscribes to that bias. So easy work.
Well, may I ask, do you Telkines, do you sort of find a kindred spirit in Wardley in that both of you guys are, I don't know, we say late starters, but you're outsiders from the game. People haven't really given you all the chances.
Yeah, man.
You deserve. So you do feel some sort of a kinship with Fabio Wardley.
Most definitely.
All right.
I'll say this about him, right? About the stoppage, right? Like it was kind of at a bad time, right? Because he was hurting him right before then, but then the referee wants to get in the middle right when Parker starts sharpening up his defense and starts rolling some shots, right? So that's why it looked really bad. I think worse than it could have. But Wardley has something to do that you don't teach boxers, bro. He has heart. You know what I mean? He was a late starter, and he should have been. He was being outboxed. He was being outpaced. Parker had him at his pace. He was tiring him out. You know what I mean? And Wardley fought. He got hurt. He got stunned a lot of times. He never got shook. You know what I mean? He didn't get no shaky legs. He kept fighting back harder until he caught him, and he hurt him, bro. And he turned up, and Parker just didn't when he had him hurt.
You know what? When I was watching this fight, I agree with that, because when I was watching this fight, I was thinking, you know what? If Fabio Wardley somehow scores a knock, this was in around the 8-7 round when it looked like Parker was taking control of the fight. I thought about this. I said, if Wardley can pull this off, this dude has a little bit of Deontay Wilder in him. However, let me just say this to Fabio Wardley's credit. He's a much better fighter than Wilder, because Wilder would, first of all, you saw what happened with Wilder and Parker. Wilder couldn't do shit with him. Whereas Wardley, he let his hands go and he made that power count. Also, Wardley's got better technique than Wilder. I'm not saying he's a master technician or wizard in there, but he does have better technique to get that punch across. But I did find it interesting that Bucho, I talked to Bucho earlier briefly before we set up this show, and he said, well, Parker, it's true he wasn't getting hit that much, but he did look out of it. He's looked tired, deflated. Do you think that played a big part in the referee's decision?
I think it was what happened the previous round, right at the end of the round, because the referee looked like he was about ready to stop it right then and there, right before the round ended, right? So I think it had more to do with that. Like, bro, you was just getting fucked up, and now you're back here in the corner again, like looking like wobbly. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop it.
Well, let me read a super chat here.
Go ahead.
Let me just read a super chat real quick, and then we'll get to you here. Shout out to Rafael Garza for his contribution with the super chat. He says, BDA and I wanted to be like Mercer versus Morrison. I'm not even kidding. First of all, thank you, Rafael Garza, for that contribution. And yes, I agree. I wanted to be, look, people could say I'm being an evil person. People could say I'm being apathetic. But these guys, again, talk to most professional boxers. They want late stoppages. They don't want fights to be stopped at all. These guys, they're cut from a different cloth. Believe me, you might find it disheartening or vicious for somebody to think the way I am, but this is the way they want it. And as a boxing fan, guess what? I've made my deal. This is my standard, and I'm comfortable with it.
Did Parker
complain?
What were you going to say? Parker complain? Oh, yeah, go ahead, Quentin.
Yeah, I was just going to piggyback off Sobers about Fabio Wardley's mentality. When Wardley did get a little bit stunned in, a few of those rounds, he was always trying to find space to counter. So he always was trying to defend himself and trying to fight back. When we saw when Parker got hurt, he was strictly just trying to survive and trying to stop the onslaught. And I think that definitely goes to Wardley's mentality. This dude just has that dog. I know we always hear it, but he's got that, and you can't teach that.
You know what?
No, but yeah.
That's
Not only that, man. Not only that, his style kind of reminded me, like that boxing style reminds me of probably one of the best white collar boxers of all time, Dwight Muhammad Cowie, bro. No amateur career. He was moving kind of like Cowie in a way. He wasn't like small as Cowie, but man, that was some good work right there by Fabio Wardley.
Wait. Is that what the term white collar boxer means? Just somebody that doesn't really have that much of an experience or a late starter? Because I thought white collar boxer meant someone who's white collar,
no amateur career, bro.
All right. I didn't know that. Yeah, you know what? I'm curious to hear. La Taqueria, I went in there briefly earlier today that you guys were watching this fight. So I'm just curious to hear, what's the consensus from the people watching there about this stoppage? What do they think of it?
It's kind of split down the middle. Some people are calling it a UK bullshit stoppage, and some people are saying, yeah, it was good. You got to throw back, and Wardley showed that, he got heart. So it's split down the middle.
Yeah, all right, interesting, because Butcher's putting that up too. That I didn't even really think about it until you guys mentioned it. The dog, that Butcher's got the dogometer up there, and yeah, you're right. Listen, say what you want about Wardley. I know a lot of people disagree with the stoppage. I gotta rewatch it, but upon first watch, I'm not comfortable with that stoppage. But yeah, where would you put Wardley in terms of the dogometer, or in terms of dogness, as it were?
I'll give him a 9, bro. Because I'm telling you, because he's in the situation.
I think he blew up the doggometer, BDA.
The experience gap right here is really big, right? Someone like Joseph Parker should have, outboxed him and did exactly what he was doing. He was taking the fight how he wanted. Wardley was younger and faster. He was explosive, at first, but then Parker slowed him down. Made him use a lot of energy. Made him, Parker was economical with his shots, but he made him count. He saw Parker leaning a lot to his right, and Parker would catch him with the left hook. He had him where he wanted him basically, and fucking Wardley bucked out of it. So yeah, bro, that shows a lot of heart.
He got him where he wanted him, baby.
He got that dog, baby.
What about Parker?
Listen, shout out to everybody in the chat. Don't forget to hit that like. We're talking about the Parker Wardley fight here. Now, Del Boy in the chat. Shout out to Del Boy, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Blue Collar, see, that's the antithesis to what's his name? Telkines, who is a fan of white collar boxers and not necessarily the blue collar fighters. So shout out to Del Boy, who says the fact that this stoppage isn't universally deemed controversial is a testament to how milquetoast and soft boxing has become. All right, so for those of you who are with the stoppage, those of you who agree with the stoppage, what do you think about that statement?
I mean, I didn't see anything.
I think they're moist. I think they're feeling moist. I think they're emotion. Yeah, I think they're moist about that.
Like if I had money on Parker, if I was on Parker's team, I'd be upset too. But it's like, bro, you got to throw back. You can't just be there fucking, and then dude throw 15, 20 punches at you, and you're like fucking on the ropes and shit, leaning back. It just looks like you're getting your ass whooped, bro.
Yeah, but now I'm thinking, should the referee take into account what had been happening prior to the stoppage in the prior 3 rounds? Because it's not like
Bucho in the last round, he was on the edge of getting knocked out. Wardley had him really fucked up right before the round ended.
Okay.
Well, can I say this though?
It was like more of that. It was like more of that when the next round started.
Yeah, but it wasn't a fight where at any moment that tide could turn in that type of fight. We saw it, right? Like, there were some moments where Parker was almost out, and then there was some moments where Wardley was almost out. So shouldn't that be taken into consideration that maybe the tide's going to turn all of a sudden?
That's true.
All right, now, but if I may play, because again, the stoppage, I have to see a guy getting beat up. I got to see a guy getting hit. And when you combine that with the commentating that was occurring throughout the fight, I know Washington in the Discord was pointing that out as well. There was a point, first of all, during the fight where one of the commentators goes, "We knew that this was going to be a tough assignment for Parker. It was going to be a tough assignment." Okay, why do they keep? He kept putting the emphasis on the ass part of it, and I'm thinking, look, he's an ass man. He's an ass man. He's an ass man. I mean, I've met plenty of tough assignments when I was in the industry, but this is something else. This is boxing, so that was very weird. Also, there was a point where Parker appeared to be winning, and the commentators were talking about Wardley. They were talking about, oh, what a great fighter he is, despite that late start, despite all his misgivings, he's managed to make it this far. I'm thinking, wait a minute, why are you talking about him when the momentum is on Parker's side? And then there was a point in the 9th when Wardley got hurt. So Parker hurt Wardley, in other words. And the commentators start fawning over how quickly Wardley can recover. Now, I would have understood if they would have mentioned that after Wardley would have landed a punch, right? So in other words, Wardley's hurt, and then if he scores with a shot of his own and hurts Parker, like, whoa, great recovery. But no, he just got out of the corner. Parker took a step back, and then they reset. And then the commentators right away, oh, what great powers of recovery. I'm thinking, I don't know, man. I don't know, guys. It seemed to me that the stoppage in combination with some of the glazing that was going on.
Well, it's Frank Warren versus that guy from New Zealand, that annoying guy from New Zealand, right?
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't listening to any of the commentary. So, yeah, I wasn't taking that into consideration.
Okay, there you go. Well, yeah, okay. So we can't add that factor in.
Did Parker complain about the stoppage?
Yeah. He kind of gave the referee a shove, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, but was it like an outrageous, like a reaction?
He was frustrated. He looked visibly frustrated. Okay. Like, why the fuck did you do that?
I gotta look at it again. All right. Well, it's gonna be a rematch, I guess.
When
Yeah, go ahead.
So when you bring that up, right? Like, did he look outraged? Or I see other people right commenting like, oh, it was his body language. He didn't want anymore. Like, bro,
He did the haka face. He did the
you
haka
don't
face.
whatever you can say, right? Like you don't dictate that. Like you don't, just because you perceive his body language to be a certain way, that's your perception. He's still in the fight. Like, I don't like boxing. I really don't like boxing because of that. Because, bro, like, it just reminds me of the AJ and Klitschko fight, where the last like 10 seconds, AJ throws a bunch of punches and most of it is being rolled off, and that's
Yeah.
Well, that ruins boxing. Like, in other sports, I don't know if it's like when they call a goal when it's not a goal. Like, I can't think of an equivalent, but it makes boxing like a very shitty sport. Like, what's the point?
Okay, was this stoppage that bad, guys? Like, how bad was it from 1 to 10? Like, was it a Meldrick Taylor or something? Although I think that was a good stoppage. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah.
This is not a bad stoppage. I picked Parker for a KO, but this is not a bad stoppage for the fight, because he hurt him early in the fight, in the round, and he just kept going and going. No answer from Parker, bro. That was a good stoppage. If that continued, that would have been a hell of a lot worse for fucking Parker. That would have been.
Come on, man. Really?
No, for real, bro. Oh, Wardley got a fucking chin on him, bro.
Yeah,
Fucking praise the Lord.
Yeah.
He got hit with some fucking hellacious shots from Parker. I got nothing but praise to give to Wardley. Holy shit, I thought he was going to get KO'd in the middle of the fucking fight, bro. That's how bad it was. But that guy, it's not the dog. He got heart. They both got heart. Wardley just a much stronger guy between them. Better chin, better power.
Well,
he can give anybody a run for their money, bro. Anybody.
What about Usyk? Hey, Gypsy, what about Usyk?
He'll give him a run for. I'm not saying he'll beat him. I don't know if he'll beat him or not. I gotta really look at that shit. But for sure, he will give him a run for his money. It'll be that tough ass fucking fight for Usyk, because he's gonna eat punches. He's been sparring with Usyk before. He knows what Usyk got to bring. But Usyk is better now than before too, though. But the thing is, he's the younger man. He could bring it, bro. That should be a fucking exciting ass fight between those two. I think he beats Pacquiao, though. You know what? Just off the effect of his chin. That motherfucker got a chin on him, man, and he don't quit. I think he beats Pacquiao.
Let me read a couple of comments here from the chat. King for Life says Parker should have clinched instead of trying to slip punches. Howard Foster is known to stop fights early. But I mean, I can agree with. But I mean, it shouldn't be the fighter's job to worry about. Oh, hey, this ref stops the fights early. I mean, listen. I want to see fighters on the ground. That's the type of stoppage I want to see. I want to see a guy laid flat on the ground, foaming at the mouth, the oxygen mask coming up. The emergency, the technicians coming in, guy getting taken on a stretcher. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see this type of early stoppages. The other thing is, somebody else mentioned it. I've lost the comment, but somebody said that this is karma for Parker spitting out his mouthpiece when he was hurt earlier, and so like the bad decision came back to bite him in the ass. In other words, he's saying that the referee shouldn't have called timeout to put the mouthpiece in on Parker early in the fight when he was hurt. So that's what he's saying. And shout out to Just Brian for his contribution with the super chat. Shout out to Just Brian, who says, who do you guys think did better against Wardley, Parker or Hooney? It's a good question right there. Shout out to Just Brian.
Oh, that's a good one. Hooney was actually it was a complete mismatch. Here in this fight, though, there was moments where Wardley was actually doing some pretty good work, hurting Joseph Parker. So I guess Hooney was doing better, right?
Yeah. I never saw him. I don't remember him being hurt the way Parker was in this fight. By the way, as to what Gypsy said, I don't think the Caballero fight's a good matchup for Wardley, because you saw Hooney and Caballero are actually quite similar. Good inside fighters, pressure fighters, good, nice tight guard, keeping it tight, and on top of that, he's a better body puncher. I don't know if Wardley's going to be able to take those, man.
Hey, I think one way, right, to fix boxing and stop these like bad stoppages by referees is, put that referee's address all over Twitter. Put it somewhere, man. Like, Just let people know, hey, this guy lives here, and go to his house and give a complaint. Like, he has a family, right? Go see the family.
Okay, come on, wait a minute. No, we don't listen. I just want to put the disclaimer, Bucho. We just want to remind people that the views expressed here by the panelists are not the representative of the BDA organization and its subsidiaries. All right, so I think that's actually even illegal what you're saying there.
Hey, you know what? Now that because they found out there was I think sports, like some illegal sports betting, right? They were rigging something in the NBA. Maybe there's something going on with. Of course, there's something going on with boxing, but check that guy out, man. He's suspicious.
Absolutely.
I think you guys who think this is a soft stoppage or salty. I agree with you guys saying Pacquiao would give Wardley problems, body shots. I've called that on a previous occasion as well. I'm kind of bent between who would win, but that would be a good fight to see. However, Wardley's going to be next up for Usyk, so let's see what happens.
Well, that's what's supposed to happen, or what?
Listen, man, Wardley for sure would beat fucking Pacquiao. I'm confident because Pacquiao's chin, man. He got good.
Pacquiao's got foot movement.
Yeah, wait,
he's got a great
doesn't
chin.
Pacquiao also have a good chin? Because fucking that Chinese guy, what the fuck is his name again? He's fucking hard, man.
And he got back up and whooped his ass.
Yeah, man. Gypsy, I don't know where you're Gypsy. I think you need to rethink this.
I have to. If I had to bet, I would go with Wardley.
But you're saying it's a once. You're so like it's not a. It's a 50-50 fight, I think. At best.
I hate
it's not like a foregone conclusion. It's like I would say like I would lean 65 or 60% on Wardley, 40% or whatever, 35 on us.
Okay.
Bucho, I hate to have to go there, man. I hate to have to go there, but I think you guys are missing the big picture here. Why Gypsy's picking Wardley against Pacquiao? That's because Pacquiao is of Turkish origin, and Gypsy, he's Armenian. Mm-hmm. Right. Gypsy, I don't think you're being fully forthcoming here about that, about the context of your pick.
Shit, I don't do that fucking nationality basic shit. At the time, I don't. I'll tell you straight as it is. I like Pacquiao. I think that Pacquiao. Before this fight, I thought Parker was a guy that would get beaten up and probably stopped by Usyk, and I thought Pacquiao would go to the distance with Usyk. That was my prediction if either one of those guys fought Usyk. But this fight,
I just looked it up.
But he's Kurdish.
I just looked it up. I just looked it up. I just looked it up here. It says that Pacquiao calls himself, one of his nicknames is the Young Turk. So I mean, you might want to rethink your pick there, Gypsy. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
now somebody said in the chat that he's actually from Kurdistan, which is not even a country.
Probably Pacquiao fans.
He's a Kurd. He's probably got our
he's
whose daddy was, you know what I mean? That kind of shit doesn't matter. His big great granddad was. Doesn't fucking matter. But
it should matter. What
in the chat, Colin the chat. Colin says Usyk beats the shit out of Wardley, and I fucking agree. I mean, this thing that he's gonna be somehow just because he has a chin and power against Usyk, that's not gonna do jack shit. It's gonna be a complete mismatch.
I believe whoever said that. I agree with him. But it's not gonna be easy, man. That dude got he's gonna hit him. And he hits hard.
Not.
So you see what he does when he touches, man. I think he can hit him, bro. I think he got enough. And he's been in the ring before, so he kind of.
No. Good
Do I
question.
think he's better than Daniel Dubois?
Yeah.
Skill set? No. But in power and strength and all that stuff,
in technique, don't you need technique to land a fucking punch? I mean, then if not, you end up like Deontay Wilder, right?
See how BDS says like he's a one-trick pony. He's kind of like Wilder. He's not really a one-trick pony, but he does have his tricks. I mean, some of the shots he landed on Parker, bro, Parker couldn't see that shit coming. That was an uppercut. That was a check hook. That hurt him. These are all fucking hurt shots.
All right, Gypsy, I have a question for you. So Gypsy, Usyk hurt Joshua at some point. Usyk obviously hurt Fury at some point. Do you think Usyk can hurt Fabio Wardley?
Based off this fight, coming off this fucking performance, I'll probably say yes, but not like extreme. As not to the point where he stops him.
I don't know, man. I think he stops him.
I know it's
I
hard
actually
to
think
say that.
he stops him, man. I think he stops him. I don't even want to see this fight.
Bro,
Yo, actually, now I'm thinking the heavyweight division is shit.
I think Usyk can hurt him.
Yeah, of
hard to
course.
say,
I
bro,
think he
but
can stop him.
Wear him out first. He has to get him tired.
Yeah,
and he'll start rocking him.
And then he stops him.
you know what it is? You know what it is with him? He can just like use his. You know how he used some of the shots that Parker was throwing. He was rolling with it. Not only was he rolling with it, he was using his shoulder like how Fury does. Like just slides it off the fucking the shoulders and shit. The shots. He was doing stuff like that. So if he probably gets seriously hurt, he might even fucking go all defense mode and still survive. I mean, this guy has what it takes to go 12 rounds with Usyk. Just because of his grit. I do see that.
Right.
This guy got more balls than Joshua, to be honest with you. You got more balls, more grit than Anthony Joshua. You think he can't survive for 12 rounds? And I don't know about power, but definitely the stuff that he has more than fucking
Well, we'll see.
Anthony Joshua.
Brown Gun, thank you for his super chat. He says he was fixed. Bucho, I have receipts. Oh, all right. Well, I want to see those receipts then. I mean, Frank Warren is involved. The fight was taking place in the UK, so maybe you have a point. No, but I was going to ask
He's got
this question, guys. Now, before this fight happened, the debate was who should fight Usyk next. Was it Parker or Caballal or Dubois? Right? Then Dubois fought Usyk. He lost. Then there was two guys left, Caballal and Joseph Parker. Now Joseph Parker has lost to Fabio Wardley. So who's next? Who do you guys want to see Usyk fight next? That's actually, that's going to make it an exciting fight. There's only Caballal left, in my opinion. Who should fight Usyk next?
I would say Caballal, man, because I wasn't excited. They kept talking, by the way, these commentators, who's gonna get the shot at Usyk? And I'm thinking, listen, Usyk is probably gonna, if he were hard pressed into fighting the winner of that fight, I think he'd rather just leave the belt, especially if there's a more enticing fight out there. And I think at this point, I was never into Parker Usyk, certainly not that into Wardley versus Usyk. I think Usyk's only real option here is Caballal. Or I think I've heard doesn't the Sheik want a third Fury fight? Isn't that what we're talking about? And even that's a stretch, man. That is a stretch. So Caballal is the only logical choice here.
Right now, I read in Boxing Scene, I think it said that Usyk wants to retire at the age of 42. No, sorry, 41. Fuck, I wrote it down. There's only 2 years left.
How old is he now? 39?
No, he's 39. No, 2 years. Sorry. 2 years. So he has 2 years left. How many fights can you fit in 2 years? And which fights should he take? Yes.
Pucho, it's 40. It's 40. He's going to retire at 40, for sure. That guy's going to definitely retire at 40 years old. He's probably going to fight.
I think he's 41, man. 41 years. 2 years left.
Maybe?
That's 2 years. I saw that. That's what I read. 41. He's 39 next. He's 39 in January. So then add 2 years to that shit.
Yeah. So you could add 40. He could push probably 41, but I think the goal is 40. Maybe for some fights that probably would be delayed, he might push it to 41.
All right. But so which fights are we talking about here? Which fights are we talking about here?
I think Caballal is not a bad pick, but man, I really want to see Wardley do this to Rob.
Oh my God, man! Are you kidding me?
I know. I get so excited, bro. Like when I see you guys with this shit, I get excited. I want to see it. I want to see how it would turn out when he gets fucking hit consistently and then gets a few lucky shots in. He's gonna get some shots.
Every time he sees a bald guy boxing,
yo, he gets excited.
I know.
Yo, I'd rather see Caballal, man. Hey, look at Caballal's track record. I mean, his wins. He beat the Chinese guy Zhang. Before that, he beat Chinese. Who else did he beat again? Caballal.
He beat Zhang. He beat Wilder. He beat Bakoli, but I really don't count that win that much. But yeah, but Zhang and Parker. I mean, Zhang and Wilder. He beat them. So he was on a good run. He looked like he was on his way to beating. Adding Wardley to his record, but I mean, whatever happened. Listen,
Caballal beat Wilder?
No, you said Parker. I thought you meant Parker.
No, Caballal.
Oh, okay, Caballal. Yeah, he beat Makhmudov. He beat Frank Sanchez, who was undefeated at the time.
Yes, that
and then and then he beat Zhilei Zhang recently, which actually recently was all the way back in February. I keep forgetting we're already in October. That was a long time ago.
I mean, Fabio Wardley, I'm not that impressed with Wardley. I mean, I'm impressed with his chin. The power's there, right? But by the way, this was a fat Joseph Parker, you know? I don't even think Joseph Parker took this fight that seriously. No, it's true, though. He was 260 or something like that.
Oh, he was good, man. Joseph Parker he was on his toes and shit. He was in the beginning. And then when he got hurt, that's when he kind of let them toes leave his body. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why he kind of did like snap, but he was stuck on. Yeah.
The guys, if you don't believe what I'm saying, look at the physique of Joseph Parker when he fought the guy who knocked him out. Well,
Oh, do you talk about Joyce?
Joyce. He looked fat. He got stopped, and after that, there was the whole comeback. His comeback saga, whatever. He was in shape for all those fights. For the Wilder, for the Zhang fight, there was another one.
What are you wearing?
Bacoli. He was in shape for those fights. Then for this fight, that wasn't even supposed to happen because Joseph Parker was already the number one contender to fight Usyk, but he decides to take a tune-up basically, or a stay busy fight. He comes in at 260 something, fat. That is a fact, right? So it is what it is.
Ucho, he didn't look fat. He looked trimmed. It's not like he used to look like.
Now you're like Gypsy. Why are you fucking like? Come on, man.
Look like early stoppage, man.
The scales show you.
I saw
He looked too big. I don't think that extra weight helped him. I don't know what he was thinking. I checked it out yesterday because I was talking with people on the Discord. Now I was asking where 265 is that too much for Parker? And then I checked it out, and when he fought Wilder, it was a 240 something.
Yeah, 240,
something like that.
Makes sense.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah,
He's a big boy.
He probably thought, hey, I'm gonna go in there heavy. He's gonna feel my throwing punches, and he actually ended up costing him here because he looked a little at that slower, man. So I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know if that means that he didn't take it.
He could have outboxed him easily. He could have easily outboxed Wardley.
I don't know about easily.
He thought the power of fat would compel him.
Easily, man.
He was just lazy.
He should have been playing. He should have probably. See, the thing is, he has a chance of beating a guy like Wardley. It's just that he's got to be a little more careful with his shot selections. Because he is, he was doing damage, but he was walking into, he would, hurt him, outbox him, and hurt him at the later part of the round. And then he will walk into a shot, which was an uppercut or a check hook of any kind, whether it was the fucking right or left. And he would just fucking get hurt off of those shots. And that would be maybe the judges would look at that shit and just automatically lean towards Wardley for that round, even though he was the one winning that round entirety.
Well, Parker was winning the fight very clearly.
Oh yeah, I had him.
Yeah, clearly.
It was an early stoppage. I thought that was a shitty stoppage.
All right, so you're one of those.
It was a shitty stoppage. The only reason you stop a fight is when you only stop a boxing match is when the fighter has to be protected, right? If he could defend himself, then the referee does not step in and stop the fight. This guy he evaded so many punches, and the last shot that they called the fight on, they didn't even touch the guy. He did like a cross guard. He blocked the whole thing.
The last point wasn't even landing.
It was stupid. It didn't make any sense that he would stop it.
Well, those of you who believe in the stoppage, what do you got to say to that? You want to go out against you want to go anyone want to go head to head against who?
Can you start a poll about this?
Yeah,
by the way,
like I said earlier, bro. If you let someone throw up 20 punches at you, throwing nothing back, you look like
they have to land.
Man,
but for the referee, they have to land.
No, but hey, look, this is the thing. This is a caveat. Some of them were landing, and they were snapping his head back. Right,
very little.
He was flopping over the fucking ropes when he did get hit.
Ropes.
So it's not like he was dodging every punch. He was getting hit.
Not all of them, but most of them. He was using the ropes. I mean, I guess
he's not. Look, hold on, wait. Look, he got hit over here. He got hit at one side of the rope. He got hit at one side of the ring. And then fucking Wardley was chasing him, beating the fuck out of him all the way to the other side. Yeah. And then he started blocking punches.
You just hate Parker.
He was chasing him around, beating his ass.
Okay. So we're bringing up a good point here.
I knew it.
I don't even give a shit about this fight. But did Parker actually get hurt before he ended up on the ropes?
Yeah, he ate a straight right hand.
So that has to be factored in, right? The referee sees that, right? He sees that Parker is retreating to the ropes. Then he's getting maybe not all those shots were landing, But there was a lot of shots
No,
being thrown.
they definitely weren't. Yeah, but the guy, you only stop the fight when the fighter can't defend himself. That's bullshit. That was a garbage stoppage.
Yeah, to be honest, even if if that didn't happen, he was gonna get stopped later on.
No, that's not true. We don't know that. We don't know that at all. We're just gonna assume he was gonna be stopped. Come on.
Right.
Fucking blood.
He would have been stopped anyway.
Guys,
he had been hurt earlier in the fight, and he just recovered.
Guys, there's a comment here that's interesting. BL, I don't know. Sorry, thanks for your comment. He says, bad stoppage considering what was at stake. Should that be factored in by the referee? What's at stake?
Yeah, it does. It should.
Not a championship, but a title shot. Yes. Okay.
Of course, yeah, it should be factored. Yeah.
Yes, but for Parker's health, no. Bro,
Come on, bro. He barely even get hit. This guy got rocked with multiple shots himself, and he was getting beat up round after round. They didn't stop the fight.
He wasn't completely spaghetti legs for like long stretches of the fight. The fucking Parker was.
There's a reason why Parker pushed the referee. He was all pissed and he just pushed him because the guy wasn't out. He wasn't even close to out.
He got stunned.
He got stunned and he rolled that shit.
Grang in the chat says the last 3 punches missed. Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, a bunch of punches missed. Like almost everything. He's rolling almost everything. Rolling and blocking. It's over.
It, man. I was kind of sad when they stopped it. I was like, man.
It was bullshit.
But then I was like, Joseph Parker's not really complaining. But now some people are telling me that he actually was complaining.
No, he did complain. He did. He pushed the ref real hard. He pushed him. He was like, bro, get the fuck out of my way. Because he jumped in. He's like, what are you doing?
It was kind of those when you're unconscious, half conscious, and you push the guy.
He wasn't unconscious. No, he pushed it. He was looking, dude, he did a cross guard. The guy throws a punch. The punch completely misses. Then the referee pushes the guy out the way and looks at right in Parker's face. And Parker's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Okay. And that was it.
We can say all that shit, Parker's face could be all composed, but his legs.
No, he rocked back. No, that's not true. That's not true. The rule is that you have to. If you cannot defend yourself, the referee defends you by stopping the fight. Now he didn't need the ref to come in there and do that.
Bro, he could have a straight face. He could have those fucking Easter Island faces. He could have that all night when his leg is doing.
Oh, come on!
It's all over the fucking place. That's over.
Look, they let Tyson Fury bounce all over those ropes like a damn pinball, and they didn't stop that fight.
Yeah, but he wasn't like that. Oh, you're right.
That shit should have been. That dude was almost out, completely out, and they didn't stop that fight.
That's true.
Yeah, but we all know how he recovers. Parker doesn't cover.
No, that dude covered up well. He was defending everything, almost everything that guy threw at him. He was stunned. He was stunned, but he blocked most. Dude, he would have gone the distance.
All right, guys, in the chat, let me. Guys, let me know if you agree with this comment from Snackford. He says Parker was getting glazed for beating washed-up Wilder, 50-year-old Zhang, and sleepy jet-lagged Bacoli on a 2-day notice. That's a good point. I mean, okay, maybe he's exaggerating of it, but
not really.
All right.
Well, can I say about that? That's today's heavyweight division, though. That looks good, but that in today's heavyweight division. But yeah, I never gave him credit for the Bacoli win. I heard one commentator say that at one point. He goes, he beat Wilder, he beat Zhang, he beat Bacoli. I go, wait a minute, Bacoli was he got off the couch on 2 days' notice. He was probably watching some Congolese soap opera or something.
He's always fat.
No, but he was fatter than usual. Had zero punches.
He was.
By the way,
I try to warn everybody, man. I try to warn everybody about the fight, man. Wardley your boy Parker only went a couple rounds in the past 18 months. I told everybody this.
Somebody in the chat,
really? I don't remember.
Until he's
Wardley's abilities to be the way he is. He's strong as fuck. He's got dog in him. Both guys got dog in him. It's just that the other guy's got a better chin. He's a stronger individual. He ate us so many shots. He got outboxed in so many different ways. Walked into many, many different shots and still delivered with his power.
And then he got a gift. And then he got a gift stoppage in the end.
Hey, by the way, real quick. Until he's in the chat says the Anglo Jew ref done him in. LOL. What do you guys think about that?
That's true.
What do you guys think about that comment?
No, I mean Frank Warren is involved. Frank Warren, bricked up as they call him. I don't know.
He's bricked up.
He's bricked up, all right. gonna throw him in the
bricked
pig.
up. That's
I mean, speaking of
doesn't that have
somebody
something to
who
do with
looked messed
boners? Like,
up,
what the fuck?
did anybody notice how Tyson Fury looked like he was on coke?
He was. Hey, Bucho, he was definitely bricked up after the fight.
That's because he was on coke. He was bricked up in the fight.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bricked up right now. And by the way, the BDA boxing poll has 48 votes so far. People should be able to vote there to let us know what's going on here. But so far, 48 people have voted. 25% people say no, it was not an early stoppage. 75% of the people out there say yes, it was an early stoppage. So that's three-quarters.
I didn't think it was a bust. I gotta rewatch it, but yeah, of course. I was kind of like a little bit surprised, but not outraged. I wasn't
70.
outraged.
That means 70+% of people on the poll are moist as hell over this loss, bro.
Wait a minute.
That's
Moist,
exactly
moist,
what it is. They're moist. He's right. They're fucking
Moist. You really use the word
super
moist?
wet, fucking waterfall all over, bro. Like that's how they are. Because
Can you really say that part? Because I heard this part of the post-fight interview with Frank Warren. Frank Warren said about like it doesn't matter if you're losing the fight. Fabio Wardley's power bailed him out. I was like, was it really the power that bailed him out? Because at the end, it was just a bunch of flurry. It
was a ref that bailed him out.
Exactly. So
I could say that I could say Fabio Wardley's last fight was kind of an early stoppage because that dude seemed like he got he got up on the right time. He could have recovered. He could have kept going, but they stopped it early. The one before that, this fight, but this one, man, he had an entire fucking round. He hurt him in the beginning. It was as soon as I saw him, I'm like, bro, he's gonna stop him. You can't hurt. I mean, it's not like the late part of the fucking round. It's early.
Yeah, but he's still missing
we already
everything.
see who's the stronger. He's missing. He didn't miss when he got him hurt, did he?
He gave it to him. The ref gave it to him because look, if he's defending himself effectively, this guy throws 30 punches. This guy blocks like 28 of them. And then he blocks like the last 5 punches. The guy doesn't get hit. He's blocking very effectively. He's actually gassing his opponent out.
Yeah.
He's gassing his opponent out with all that defense.
This was an important fight. Listen, I'm gonna play conspiracy theories here. Of course, they would want the British guy to win because this is gonna now Wardley's in a position to challenge for the heavyweight championship, right? And how much money is that now? Instead of allowing some New Zealanders to come in and get a piece of the pie, now it's all within Frank Warren's influence.
He's a Warren guy, right?
Yeah,
so it makes sense. Yeah, of course they'd do that. You know that Parker had Parker winning almost every round in that fight. Like he was on his way to winning that.
He didn't win every single round.
He won almost every round in that fight.
As I said earlier, was it really the power? Was it really Wardley's power that bailed him out? And I think FUTD said no, it was the referee and just a flurry of punches that weren't even landing.
I mean, the guy he changed his levels. He looks like he's gassed out, and then boom, he throws like this razor sharp punch. That was his thing. He had the puncher's chance in there. He had good eyes as well. He was predicting Parker's defensive maneuvers. So Parker kept bending down in anticipation of the right overhand, and that's how he kept catching him with that uppercut. But I mean, I didn't see it. I thought Parker was winning the majority of the rounds, and I think he would have made it to the end if that ref didn't stop that shit. He probably would have won on the cards.
To be honest, so was the guy before Parker that Fabio Wardley fought. He was winning that guy was actually winning every single round.
Yeah,
not like
he
Parker.
okay punch. That guy, he could punch all right, but I don't think he was going to win.
All right, having said that, though, that maybe the referee has something to do with the start, like he helped with this win. Okay, so Gypsy, what are Wardley's chances against Usyk? Because you said he has a good chance of beating him now. Like
very, very, very low, very low.
It's not like he dropped Parker though. It's not like because I think in my opinion, if you're gonna beat Usyk, you gotta drop that guy. You gotta fucking stop him. You're gonna rely on the referee. Yeah.
You also shouldn't probably tuck your head down into a guy's left hook, left hand with your face right into it with no defense.
Multiple times.
Like, how many left hooks that Parker hit that guy with?
Multiple times. It looks horrible. Wardley needs to fucking stop doing that shoulder roll as well. Terrible. That doesn't work. And BDA mentioned that before the fight. What is that?
He looked like a You're just mad because he looked like a slick Dwight Muhammad Cali back in the day,
the
bro.
amount of times
He looked like Dwight Muhammad Cali back in the day. You're just mad. You're just mad because the white collar boxer and made this boy look like a clown.
Like there's a bunch of times that Wardley looked like shit because he had his hands down. Like, he was terrible.
He doubted himself in knees, and he came through.
He ducks down, he tilts to the right, and he turns his head away from his opponent. Away from his opponent. He can't even see the punch coming. You know how many times this guy Parker hit him with a shot this guy didn't even see?
Yeah. He's just hoping that he misses the punch, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
There's no technique behind that.
Usyk's gonna see that, and he's gonna crack him with some left hooks. Probably jump in.
I don't even want to see that fight. And Jeeps is very hyped up though. He's excited about that potential fight. I don't understand.
I think Usyk could end that quick.
Oh, he stops him.
Yeah, I think
he stops him.
Yeah, I think he will. Yeah.
He breaks him down.
Don't be saying shit like that, bro. Come on, man.
I think he probably will.
Serious, bro? He said, "Don't be saying shit like that."
I won't say that anymore.
I think Tyson Fury is 10 times better than Fabio Wardley. I think Joshua is better than Fabio Wardley, actually. Oh, maybe they're kind of the same. No, he's a little bit better. He's better.
Yeah.
He's better. But Wardley has no defense, man. This guy was getting tagged and tagged. Thank God he had a chin.
Wardley can go out there. Wardley can go out there with his chin up in the air and still survive for 3 rounds. Probably.
No, he's not going to land.
Chin up in the air. Fucking 3 rounds and survive at least 3 rounds, bro. Just chin up in the air.
He's the British Deontay Wilder.
His chin was up there. I think he's better than Wilder.
I'm joking. Wilder's better. Yeah. I'm gonna make this clear. He's not like Deontay Wilder. Jesus Christ, no.
Yeah. Wilder has got one punch. That's it. And that punch doesn't even work anymore.
Guy, you're waiting for the power to bail him out, basically. But he's obviously he's better. A lot of people are better than Wilder. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. No, don't hit the like, and jump in if you want to join the panel. It's open panel, so the link is in the description. The link is in the chat.
You guys are excited about the Tank Davis Jake Paul fake fight?
Hell fucking
yeah,
hell.
I have Tank Davis winning by knockout. I think once he knocks out Jake Paul, he'll be declared a hero to the whole entire sport of boxing.
Maybe he should fight the Undertaker.
And that's going to be the end of that.
You think he'll fight the Undertaker or The Rock?
I mean, why not?
Ric Flair.
After Tank Davis knocks out Jake Paul, he should go fight the Big Show like Floyd did.
Stone Cold is the super fight we're all waiting for.
Now, we talked about this in a video. Oh no, it's gonna be coming out later also. About Tank Davis, like that. Tank Davis, what does he gain from this fight? Because if he beats
nothing,
I mean, there's no way. He's winning money. He's earning money. Yeah, money. But other than that, like if the fight is a shit show, aren't people gonna criticize?
Well, it's not real. It's gonna be staged, and I bet you it's gonna be Tank.
So you're saying it's staged. Okay, you keep saying it's staged.
Yeah, it's an exhibition.
What do you expect out of this? Then how are they gonna stage it?
It's gonna be, dude. It's gonna be really comical because this guy's what, like 5'4", fighting a guy who's like what, 6'2", fighting a guy who's 6 foot something. Like, what's that gonna look like? It's gonna look stupid.
Yeah, but you're saying it's gonna be staged, so they're gonna talk to each other, right? What are they gonna? What are they gonna agree on?
Like, watch. You're gonna see Jake's gonna tap Tank, and Tank's gonna tap Jake probably. That's what's gonna be.
It's gonna go. Whatever 8 rounds it is. It's gonna go 8 rounds, and Jake is gonna take it possibly.
Oh
it's
my
not gonna
God,
be Tank.
that's not gonna happen.
No,
he would never sign on. He would never sign on for that if they're gonna say, "Oh, you're gonna fake lose to Jake Paul." His people aren't stupid.
I don't know. He looked pretty zesty over there. He was looking at him very. He did. And shit. So maybe he wanted. He wanted. Maybe he wants some penetration. Who the fuck knows?
That could be true. That could be true.
So that's probably what it is. I mean, he was folding already on the stare down, so it's possible.
Hey, guys! I'm reading a tweet here from Rick Glazer. He says, "Let me start by saying that I did not see the Wardley Parker fight, so he didn't watch it. But I do know Howard Foster is one of the worst referees in boxing. All right, so there you have it. Apparently, he has a reputation. This referee has a reputation of being a bad.
So you didn't agree with the early stoppage, right?
That was a good stoppage, and all these Wardley haters are getting moist, bro. They can keep on getting moist.
They gave that guy a TKO win on throwing punches. You have to land them for them to be counted.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Parker fucked it up as well.
Moist, bro. The result
coming in
still
fight
stands.
like that, you don't come in fight like that. He underestimated Fabio Wardley, I think.
I give Fabio Wardley 20% chance of beating Usyk.
No, that's a big 20%, my friend. 20%. You crazy.
I mean, 20% is okay. It's a knockout. It's a puncher's chance.
10%.
Slash a little boxing. 10% is too low, bro. I think.
15 deal. That's it. 15. I can't go any lower. 15.
Are we auctioning over here?
Yeah, exactly.
This is getting weird.
I'm gonna go with 20. I'm gonna go 20, bro. I'm gonna go 20 and maybe 21. Nah, 21's too much. 20. 20 is fucking perfect. It's like the best fucking whatever I can get.
In the chat, they say 1%, bro.
This is getting crazy.
I can't go.
Okay, wait. If you, what percentage do you give Wardley beating Usyk?
10%.
No, that makes sense.
10%. That might be too much. Yeah. I think that kind of guy Usyk knocks out fairly quickly.
He's just outboxing that guy. He's gonna be peppering him. Go ahead, recognize.
Yeah, I mean, look, he leans. He goes down and leans to his right. I mean,
sick. Give him a 1% chance.
Oh, 1%.
He throws punches, I guess. I mean, he gets stoppages for throwing punches and not landing. So I give him a 1% chance.
Yeah. I think Dubois would lay him out. So
how popular is Usyk? Like, I know that the heavyweight division is controlled by the British at this point, I believe, right? I mean, let's be honest. All the fights over there. Okay, so are they happy with having to deal with Usyk as a heavyweight champion? I don't think so. I think they want to get rid of the guy. I mean, they're hoping, they're wishing, because, imagine if they had Dubois as a heavyweight champion. Imagine if they had Wardley. Imagine if they had anybody else other than fucking Usyk. So
they would love for one of their fighters coming out of the UK to beat him. But Usyk is like, at this point, he's like legendary GOAT status almost. You know what I'm saying? So like,
he defies a lot. He fights on the road. But it's
a lot of money when you fight, a lot of fan attention now. So if I'm sure they would love to host a fight, and I'm sure the reason why they want to host it is because they want one of their own to be fighting him and hopefully beats him. Like that dude, bro, he's a knockout victim. Like that Wardley guy, definitely a knockout victim.
Oh yeah, he gets stopped. In the chat, DJ Big Leg says Usyk is popular in England. Well, I guess he should be at this point, right? Because he gets a lot of fights over there. But I would assume that the Brits or the promotional companies over there, they want to have a British boxer as a champion. And I was gonna say this though: the Sheik, he keeps talking about, I want a third Fury Usyk fight, a third one. I'm like, why does he still want to do that? Because he knows that if Usyk becomes a heavyweight champion again, it's big bucks, big money. You can sell that guy. He's sellable. He sells himself, right? Big mouth, very flashy. But with Usyk, again, what the fuck do you have? You have some guy that doesn't even speak English. Like, a great fight. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
It's a contract. It's a 100-year contract that was promised for Fury to fight, another fight, I guess, something big, maybe AJ, and it seems like AJ is not gonna want to fight him, so they're looking for Usyk, and Usyk is down for a third fight. To be honest, I don't think he's not down for it. He's down for a third fight.
Okay, that makes sense, but I still think that maybe
he's up for it.
Fury, he's more of you can sell the guy.
Yeah, you can also sell him too with the antiques and all that other stuff. And I think Fabio Wardley is, she's thinking like, recognize Francis. I mean, Matrix said, I think, so,
okay.
But I mean, Wardley will also, listen, Wardley will be like Rocky.
I always wanted to say that. So, recognize, bro. He said, I thought the same thing too, bro. I thought fucking, I thought he was a knockout victim too, and that's why I picked Parker to knock him out. But he got a lot of grit. He got a lot of shit to prove. You know, I think if he continues fighting like this, he doesn't have a long career. That's for sure. Just get busted up, but for a couple more fights, he does seem like he can do what he just did with Parker. And I think
get a
like
gift stoppage.
Well, yeah, get a gift stoppage.
Yeah, you got to give stoppage. I mean,
oh, well, there you go.
Like, Christmas is coming. Bro, Christmas is coming.
Stop fucking hating.
You know, he got a gift. He got a gift there. He was blocking all those punches. That's crazy.
Bro,
he wouldn't have got that stoppage, bro, if he wasn't fighting.
He's not the right guy. If he was a Shakur
Well,
Stevenson,
you're saying that Parker was comfortable on the ropes, right? You were saying he's comfortable on the ropes.
Yeah, he was comfortable. Yeah. If it was any other fighter like a Shakur, they would have let him live on those
barely
ropes.
Started getting
he could have
started getting his
lived
senses back. That's when the referee stopped it.
Nah, he was slipping
That's
a lot
why
of that
you
stuff.
could say
Rolling, slipping, blocking.
You know, if he stopped it a few seconds earlier, when people wouldn't complain as much.
I mean, he might have gassed that guy out with all the punches he was throwing and missing, and then came right back at him.
Oh yeah, so you want to
give him the opportunity.
Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali went.
Actually, defense. No, Parker's got better defense than Ali. You can't be disrespectful for the guy like that.
So when a fighter pushes you, and you stopped it against him, and he pushes you, you know you made the wrong decision. Now that doesn't mean he did it purposely. Like, I was just looking for a reason. That doesn't mean that exactly. But when you stop a fight, the guy that you stop in a fight, he's beaten. He's just totally beaten. But most of the time, when a guy pushes you, like, hey, what the fuck you doing? Why are you stopping the fight? He's not done, bro.
He wasn't done. He's a thinking fighter. He's like, oh, this guy's throwing all this shit. I'm gonna slip all this as much as I can in order to gas them out.
There's a reason why. There was a reason why Diego Corrales' father stopped the fight, right? The referee could have stopped that fight at any time. Floyd knocked him down like 5 times, and the 5th time, the referee's still counting. He's still counting. It was his father or his trainer, excuse me, that said, "No, I'm stopping this fight because I already seen you go down, 5 times and win the 10th round. There's no way you're gonna win this fight." So you could let that and let that guy keep fighting.
Yeah, it's annoying, man. It's annoying. Son of a.
And on top of that, Fabio wasn't gassing out. It looked like he could have gone for another minute and 30 seconds of just fucking throwing punches.
He was gassing up, and he
got hurt before that.
He had his second wind and third wind and all that, but he was fighting in waves, Fabio. But there's a huge chunks of that fight that Fabio guy was losing.
The level of hurt that Parker had, the level of hurt was greater than the level of hurt that Fabio got. And every time, he clinched. As soon as he got hurt, he clinched, and he was back in the game for after 3-4 seconds, 5 seconds. With Parker, he got hurt, and for 20 seconds or more, maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe 15 seconds, he was fucking on wobbling leg.
You're justifying an early stoppage, okay? That's what you're doing. Stop.
People are saying that.
I'm just.
It's an early stoppage.
Was it a fake fight? FUTV, people are saying that you want to say it was a fake fight.
I don't know how you justify an early stoppage. I mean, look, it's an early stoppage. You stop the fight. The referee is only supposed to stop it when the fighter cannot defend himself, and he clearly could defend himself. So why stop it? What was the point?
I think after the NBA just got exposed the way they did for fixing games, I think now every sport's going to be looked at
That's true.
Some of that ref didn't have a bet on the fight. Come on.
What are you saying, Chester? Go ahead, Chester.
I would just say the ref obviously had a bet on the fight, or someone he knows had a bet on the fight. That was terrible stoppage. Come on.
Terrible. Okay.
It's a good
What do you
fight.
think?
They
So
just robbed us.
he didn't even grab his gloves and ask him to walk towards him.
Can they? Oh yeah, he
He's waved off.
No, wait. Could he have implemented a standing 8 count?
Standing 8?
No, you couldn't.
No, because that's when you're going down and the ropes hold you up.
Yeah, they hold you up. Yeah.
You can't just do that.
I mean, they can invoke a standing 8 count, not even on the ropes. But he didn't need it because he wasn't getting hit with anything. It's like, he got hit with it. He was doing a great job blocking most of that, almost all of it. Yeah, he got
That's what
hurt.
I'm
with something.
saying.
I mean, remember Tim Bradley when he fought Ruslan? This dude's out on his feet eating bombs, falling down over and over again. And they're like, nah, it is going the distance. They gave him a robbery.
Well, think about this. What if this referee was reffing the Rumble in the Jungle, and all he was laying on the ropes doing the rope-a-dope against Foreman? You think he would have stopped it?
Yeah, he would stop
but
it.
what happened to Muhammad
Stupid.
Ali? How's Muhammad Ali doing? Well, he's dead, but what happened after that, though?
He got brain
No,
damage.
I get it. But I mean, this referee, if he's going to stop a fight like that, he would have stopped that, right?
Well, I'll just say that's one of the most
dumb.
dumb fucking dipshit defense strategies I've ever fucking heard of, dude. Yeah, he was running the risk of getting stopped. He was running the risk of getting stopped every time.
Hey, so it's called Mexican style, right? Mexican style. That's Mexican style.
Yeah, the only reason he apparently did that was because
just
he
beat
knew
the
he
shit out of
could
him.
take Foreman's
Yeah, exactly,
punch
of
or whatever.
course.
But yeah, he paid a lifelong
American
price
style.
for sure.
American style. Well, when it's Americans rumble, it's a technique to that shit, right? Getting hit for no reason. But
That's Mexican style.
It's a rumble in the jungle.
yeah, I was gonna say something about getting hit. Oh yeah, so they always say, sometimes the referee goes like, show me something, like fight back. In that instance, Parker wasn't fighting back, right? So
He was defending.
He was defending.
Yes, he was defending. That's what he was doing. Because why he's going to fight back? Look, he's slightly off balance. If he throws a punch, he might get clipped. So he did defense. He's doing his defense. He's using the ropes. He's rolling. He's catching shots. That's what he did.
Yeah, but doesn't the referee normally grab you and say, "Okay, listen, walk towards me"? Are you?
Yeah, but he
okay?
wasn't knocked
Look in
down.
his
yeah,
eyes.
but
what's
you
the
can't
point
do
of
that,
that?
Chester, man, because the guy he's on the ropes. You can't stop the fight.
No?
Yeah.
So if he stops it, you couldn't just give him a. Yeah, it's pretty
No,
weird.
he can't.
No.
He can't.
Just gave him a standing 8 count.
No,
at
no,
least.
no,
I mean,
no.
come on.
It was stupid. Well, they weren't there to help him out.
Uchi.
They weren't trying to do any favors for Parker.
I mean, but also Parker fucked it up in a way. Like he ended
Let's
up in that
just blame him.
situation, right? Multiple times actually.
Yeah,
He's getting
he
tagged.
followed a puncher, not facing a puncher. I get it.
I
was
don't
out of
think he was
shape, too.
following him. He got caught with a straight right hand as he was backing up. But he
Wasn't the
he
first
was
time,
coming
though.
back. He was blocking most of that shit, and they just took it. They were like, nah.
Well, listen. Okay, let's talk about the future here. What's next? I don't even know what's next. I mean, Joseph Parker was supposed to fight Usyk, but now he lost. So what? Is Wardley supposed to get a chance now?
Otama, because that's the fight they want, right?
fucking Usyk
Otama.
washes
He
Wardley.
fights Otama. Wardley fights Otama. Otama knocks him out, and then he fights Usyk.
Now
And then
Usyk has
loses.
said that he doesn't want to fight Aitama, and Aitama doesn't want to fight Usyk. But I think that's right now. That everything can change with money. So yeah, that's a possibility, in my opinion. Later on,
Who knows? Who
Now,
knows?
Usyk, I'm gonna repeat this. Usyk said that he still has 2 years left in the sport, so you can squeeze in 4 fights in there. I think, if everything goes correctly, at least 4 fights.
Oh, 4 fights. Well,
So Aitama is a very good
Even
opponent.
if Usyk was to beat Otama right away, he wouldn't get credit for it
Well,
anyway.
exactly.
Because then everybody would say the guy was too green.
That could be his last fight, though. I can see that.
But yeah, and that would be good if Otama could get past people like Pacquiao and all these other Torres and these types. That's who they should be fighting each other.
they don't want
and then
him
to
to
earn
do
a
that.
spot. Yeah, but they
If he
gotta
does
earn-
that, he's going to take some
they
L's
gotta
along
earn
the
it.
way.
Tyrone says
Well, there you
Moses
go
is
then. Then
untested.
no.
Tyrone says Moses is untested. Of course. And you know what?
course
That
he
fight
is.
against Dylan White, I mean, when you knock somebody in one round, you're still untested. Right? I mean, we got to
Yeah,
see
but
this
this
guy
is-
go
this
to
is
Still
the
needs
later
to fight
rounds.
some other contenders.
But if anything's going
Let's see
to
who-
fast
who's
track
gonna be the
Otama
cream of the
to
crop.
Usyk fight, it would be this fight versus his Wardley guy.
Seems like they're
It's like
taking
fast track.
too much time with Torres. Torres should step up and fight somebody.
Now,
Yes, you
Since-
should. You should.
since this fight was extremely exciting, are you going to push for a rematch? I mean, for Parker,
I
it
would.
makes sense, right?
Yeah. I think you should push for it. Yeah.
So
He
that
got
means
fucked
that. So what would that mean? So now Usyk, he was supposed to fight Parker. Now he won't be fighting Parker. So again, who's left? Like Caballao. I think that's it.
That's who deserves it.
Okay, I agree with that. But doesn't this expose the weak division that the heavyweight division is at right now? It's very weak.
They all seem to go through that though.
It's not weak. We just got we only got a few selection of top tier heavyweights, so that's it. It's not weak. They're pretty talented. They're pretty good.
How dare you?
That's only because the contenders aren't fighting each other to show where they belong.
I mean, Cabello isn't fucking. You know, like when's the last time you seen a guy with a heavyweight that goes for the body, like invests a lot of body shots. It's not that often when we see something like that. Cabello's one of those guys. Parker is also pretty talented, but he got beat with by a fucking gritty ass, Wardley, like really strong fucking dude. And Wardley's,
Fake beat.
a different type of fake beat. And then Wardley's just a strong fucking power puncher, with a good chin and got decent skills, not fucking great skills. And then who else you got? There's probably another. Yeah, I mean, but there's a lot to get hit. So what? A lot of heavyweights get hit often.
I think we're so used to seeing mismatches. When we see guys get upset that we've been seeing like for the past few years, we automatically say, "Oh yeah, well this division isn't that competitive or it's not that good." No, it's just guys are actually fighting guys that are ranked similar to they are. And we're so used to seeing guys fight unranked guys and they just blow them out. Now we're used to they kind of get overrated a bit because they're not fighting top contenders. Well, now they are. Now they're actually taking losses or having tough fights. I think as boxing fans, we should like that.
In the chat, Let May says that they're going to push for Usyk match. Let's use our brains. So he's convinced that they're going to push for a Wardley Usyk fight, which, I mean, it makes sense, right? A British guy against challenging for the heavyweight championship again. You can really sell that shit. Now,
Wardley has no chance. Well,
he has no chance. That's what. That's how I agree with you. That's the problem for me. That's the problem. I'm not excited about that fight. I know Usyk's going to win.
Yeah. That's another mismatch. It's the same way the Parker fight was looking until the Doobie's stoppage. What were you having a score? Were you having a score like say 6-4 going into?
Yeah, I wrote it down here. 6-4. I had it 6-4 going into the 11th. 6-4
for Parker, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. There you go. The referee fucked everybody.
Son of a.
Has a 20% chance of hosting. That's 20%. That 20% is going to make it exciting, whether you like it or not. It's going to be exciting. 20% chance of beating Usyk, but he's not probably going to pull it off. But what if he does?
The whole heavyweight division has a 20% chance.
No, not as much. Some people don't really have that 20%. Like they have power, but they don't have it. But this guy does. And Wilder was one of those guys too. Like he has power, but he doesn't have the skills, so he does have that 20% chance. This guy he's got to have more skill than Wilder. So he can he has power in different angles, not just in fucking straight.
I get what you're saying, but can we say also that Wardley? It was more of Parker getting tired, because he also got tired, right? And then there was a flurry from Wardley, and then they stopped the fight. It wasn't like Wardley landed a Wilder type of punch, right? A knockout, one punch knockout.
Remember, both guys were hurting each other even early. I think it was the second or third round where Parker hurt Wardley, and then Wardley just came forward and banged him with a big right hand and got him up against the ropes. And people were like, okay, now this is getting interesting. Because the first two rounds is like, okay, Parker's doing what we expected him to do. He's outboxing him.
Yeah.
Well, then when, Wardley bit down on that gum shield, he started really putting a hurt into
it was in round 2, I wrote here. Parker got hurt. That's when he got hurt in round 2.
It was a good fight.
It was definitely. I would like to see this again. But, when it comes to Usyk, I don't want to see Usyk fight any of these guys. I think it's a waste of time.
No. Mucho, who would you like to see Usyk fight next?
There's only Caballero left.
I want to see him fight a clone.
Yeah, Caballero.
That's it.
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, who else is there though? This is what this again. It exposes the weakness of the division. It exposes how thin it is. There's only Caballero that we're excited about. There's nobody else after that.
Look,
that's what I'm saying. I would like to see him. Real quick, I would like to see him fight Caballero because
I'd like to see him fight Andy Ruiz.
Wait, hold on. Let him finish. Recognize. Go ahead. Sorry.
Ruiz is not even active.
Holy
when was
shit,
the last time he had a fight?
He arguably lost to Jarrell Miller last year or earlier this year.
Oh, I forgot
Yeah.
about that shit fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So draw.
He's not an active fighter, and the last fight he had was against Fat Baby Miller, and he probably lost that fight, or he should have. No, Caballero, that's who you fight next. You know, fight that guy.
So it's going to be Caballero. It's going to be Moses Atama. After Moses Atama fights another decent fighter.
Yo, Moses Saitama is very green, man.
Now, guys,
Yeah, I know.
Two or three more contenders.
We need one good fight from Moses Atama. Let him fucking get little, it's not, I'll say cobwebs because it's not about cobwebs. It's more like get more experience on
Against
the line.
who? Against who?
Okay. Maybe, Parker obviously ain't going to get it. So you can't get Parker. You can get Philip Perkovic, maybe a Daniel Dubois. Get either one of those guys in there, or both of them, and then get them prepped. And the next fight for Usyk would be Moses Tama. That's after Caballero. And then if he wants to get out with a banger, get Fury in there for the third fight. But I don't think Fury's going to want it after 2 more years later or whatever. I think Fury, that's the end. I mean, like, the guy's already talking about, I'm retired, I'm coming back. So if it's now, it's never.
Fury could beat Usyk anyways.
I know, but it'd be exciting. It'd be exciting to watch.
Yeah, it'd be a great fight. I agree. It'd be a great fight. That's boxing at a very high level, and I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I still think Aitama is very easily tested, man. Aitama
There's only
is
one
green
guy
as
that
fuck,
deserves.
man.
There's only one guy that deserves the shot at the crown, and I'm surprised you guys haven't mentioned his name yet. Legend, reborn, the king himself, Deontay, the Bronze
What do you mean
Bomber Walker.
reborn? Oh, that fight. That fight. I forgot about that fight. Yo, that was terrible.
I thought you were saying Jake Paul,
like Legend Reborn or something.
Hey guys, let me just remind everybody that Parker came in at 264 pounds. That's like almost 20 pounds.
What's going on with that? He's been coming in fat since the I guess you could say since the Bacoli fight, right?
Yeah, this is a Bacoli fight. Before that, he was in shape. Like, he was actually one of the best shape of his life. And that's why that was a comeback. But now, for this fight, I guess he thought, I'm just going to outbox this guy. Who the fuck is this Wardley guy? Hooney was outboxing him. I'll just come in there and do the same thing. And then what happens? He gets into a tough fight. He can't hurt Wardley. Wardley keeps on coming. Yeah, he fucked it up.
I think he came in heavy because he thought he was going to knock him out early. Which
he's just lazy. He doesn't want to do the training, man. He's like, I want to eat cookies while I fucking do my training.
If you listen to what he was saying, if you listen to what he was saying at the press conferences,
What did he say? What did he say?
He was saying, I'm going to bang him out. He's not on my level. I'm just going to knock him out.
Yeah, but you don't come in fat like that. If you're training all the time, man, you come. Why can't he come in the same way he looked against Wilder? Because he's lazy. No, because you don't want to do. Listen, I'm pretty sure those training camps are fucking gruesome. You know what I mean? You don't want to. You can't eat this. You can't eat that. That's how it is when you box, right? And this guy doesn't want to do it. He's like, fuck that shit. I don't know. I want to eat my cookies.
Mucho.
Yes.
Mucho, he's not like that, man. He's very dedicated. He's solid.
How do you know? Yeah, well, it doesn't look like it, Gypsy. It doesn't look like it. Look,
he's a Samoan, first of all. They're big bone.
Oh, that's racist.
And it's not racist. How is that fucking racist? Anyways, they're big bone.
Samoan physique. They're muscular and fat at the same time.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, like David Tua,
They're fucking heavy bone. To be honest, he like, if you look at his shape when he fought like Joshua, this is years back, but he looks better in shape physically. He can take better shots to the chin as well. He's just better overall. Just Wardley had his number, bro. That's it. Let's be fucking frank. Let's tell it.
How do you explain Wardley getting outboxed by fucking Hooney? How do you explain it? So listen, this is a good point though. Hooney, you remember?
I can't explain. This is boxing, bro. We can't explain shit sometimes, bro. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, man. So if Hooney was outboxing the shit out of fucking Wardley, what do you think Usyk's gonna do? Hooney was outboxing this guy, like completely outboxing him.
Yeah, Butcher, no one's saying he's gonna beat Usyk. Obviously, Usyk's the heavy favorite.
No, Gypsy's saying he has a good chance.
Okay.
No, I didn't say he's got a good chance.
Well,
I said he had 20%.
He's on crack if you
I
think
said 20. I said 20%. I never said fucking a great chance. Stop putting words in my mouth. I said 20%.
is too high.
Oh, there
You
you
said you
go.
were excited, Gypsy. You said you were very excited. You were very
Because
excited.
It's because he got different. He's got power, and see, some fighters got power in a select few shots. They got, they got power either on the right hand or the left hook or just two, and that's it. This guy got power in like 4 different areas where you can fucking really hit and hurt the guy. That's why I'm excited. And that doesn't necessarily mean that he can beat fucking Usyk. This guy has been in sparring matches with Fury and Usyk, and his pick was Usyk, but by the first fight, that is, by slim margin. And that he knows because he's been Fabio. I'm talking about.
All right.
He's got experience. He didn't have experience like Parker in the actual professional matches. He's been in with the lights of a lot of good names.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
So he's not a joke.
I get your point. I get your point, but still, Chris Burton in the chat says wrong strategy. Wrong strategy by Parker, adding the weight. Most have listened to Fury, who did the same in his past fight. The weight cost them both. So some people they're saying that this was part of the strategy. I think he was just lazy. He came in fat. But who knows? It's true that Fury did the same thing, apparently.
Exactly what it was.
I think they're just lazy.
That was exactly what it was, Bucho.
You think so?
That's exactly what it was. Yeah, and counterpunch boxing, he's going out putting on a tinfoil hat, calling it a controversial loss and all that other shit. Man, I told him for the past month or two, and now he's moist as hell too. Man, these guys are easy work.
Okay, interesting. No, I don't know. Okay. Easy work. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like.
You picked Wardley?
Yeah, one of the biggest things that's going to go against Fabio Wardley. I don't know how much experience he has in boxing in general, but let alone against southpaws. And now you're going to be fighting one of the best fighters in the world that happens to be one of the best southpaw boxers that we've ever seen.
It's knocked out inside 5. Fuck, give me a break.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that he did against Parker isn't really going to work because the angle is going to be different against a lefty. So, yeah, I got Usyk winning.
All right.
We've seen more surprising shit. We've seen some more surprising shit before, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Usyk, but I would lean a lot more on Usyk than Fabio Wardley.
So you're covering your own bases. You're saying, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy wins. I wouldn't be surprised if the other guy wins.
I wouldn't be surprised because the
power, bug-eyed fool. What's his name there? Showbiz the idiot.
Wait, what do you have against Showbiz?
Listen, guys, my prediction.
He's always wrong.
He's always wrong.
If Showbiz picks the fighter to win, pick the other way. You're going to win money.
Interesting. Hey, all right. I wrote some news. I have some news here. This is what I was talking about. I just found it from
Marty Feldman.
This is from Boxing Scene. It says Alexander Usyk won't be fighting Moses Saitama anytime soon. I don't know why I'm reading like this. Heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk has confirmed that he will not be facing rising British prospect Moses Saitama in his next fight. Despite public interest in the matchup, the 38-year-old Usyk stated, "No, I won't fight Saitama. He's young, always teasing me, and he said himself that he doesn't hit grandpas." So they're not fighting each other anytime soon, apparently. Well, not next, not soon.
Sounds like a duck for Usyk, to be honest. And
really,
Usyk is going to be avoiding. He's going to be trying to slow down the progression of the way things are going at heavyweight. And, that's part of the reasons why he's faking injuries like he did before or when Parker was set to fight him. And, yeah, I'm not too very pleased with Usyk, bro.
Remember that skit with Jim Carrey where he's talking about his mom?
That kind of
hand on each side of his cheek and he's talking. That's you.
All right, one at a time. Go ahead. All right, I don't know who was talking.
I'm saying that That kind of statement means ducking. Yes, that means ducking.
Well, what do you mean?
say,
Why?
like,
Because
I'm not-
Usyk said
Oh,
he's not
God.
fighting a. But no, Thomas said he's not killing grandpas. Is he
Well,
ducking
no,
Usyk?
it's probably a joke. But if you say like, "Oh, I won't fight him,"
Of course, it's
and
a
if
joke.
they offer you, yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's a joke. But at the same time, like if you say, "Oh no, I won't fight him," like he's this and that, like that's a duck. I mean, if you're serious with that shit, I mean, you're ducking him.
No, he's
clearly.
waiting for Toma to get some wins under his belt and make it worthwhile. If he beats him now, it doesn't mean anything. It's just like when
He's like
Lennox
20
first
years
beat Michael
Is
Clark.
Usyk a promoter?
Nothing because
Is
Michael
Usyk
Clark
a
is unproven.
commissioner? Is Usyk a commissioner? Who is he to demand someone else to do
No,
fight?
okay, well, you know what? Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say
He's
this,
the
though.
world
At the end, money talks. Money talks. If there's money, that fight will happen. You know, that's it.
Yeah,
Cheeseburger
for
right
sure.
there. I'm joking.
And you beat the living shit out of the kid.
Yeah, the way that article starts
Can't
off
hurt
is,
me, can't hit, man.
what does it say? Widely wanted in the public. Well, who the fuck's asking for a Tama Usyk? UK fan?
Yeah, it says the public. I mean, I guess. Yeah.
I don't hear anyone bring up like a Tama outside of hardcores and maybe UK fans. People don't even know who the fuck.
As I said earlier, who else is left
I
besides
don't hear any. I
Caballero?
haven't heard anybody ask for that fight.
No. but there's nobody else left. It kind of makes sense.
People were saying Parker and Caballero. You know.
I
The
thought-
result is Canelo versus that bum from Puerto Rico.
Moses Atama has a solid chance. Now, unlike Fabio Wardley, Moses Atama actually has a solid chance of beating Usyk.
Who has a better chance? Hey, Gypsy. Who has a better chance of beating Usyk? Gypsy, I want to hear Gypsy. Who has a better chance of beating Usyk? Wardley or Aitama?
Aitama has a solid chance. Dude, that guy has
Solid chance.
And you got a solid chance. I would say 50%. But the thing is, though, at this point, we want to see him with a good name to really like for fine tune his skills and shit and like experience of the moment and all that kind of stuff. And then I'll when the fight comes around, I'll let you guys know.
Who's got better wins?
He's got better. Well, obviously, Usyk got better wins. It's not about fucking wins. It's
I was
about
talking between Wardley and Toma. Wardley's win over Parker. Does Wardley's win over Parker better than Toma's win over the what's his face there? Dylan White? Dillian or whatever his name is.
Yes, it is. It is. But the thing is,
There you
though,
go. Yeah.
the way he dispatched Dylan White and people are saying Dylan went over to show his booty and say please, it's not true. It's not true. Dylan got fucked up because Dylan, the body shots that fucking Aitama was landing on him, he was supposed to be the body snatcher. He made him look like the body snatcher, bro. Like he fucked his world up with the body shots and then went up on the top of the head and knocked his ass out. This was a 6'6" dude. He ain't small. He's actually, I think he's probably naturally bigger than what Anthony Joshua is. And he's more skillful than Anthony Joshua is. And he got better reflexes than Anthony Joshua. That's Aitama.
All right, in the chat, Tyrone said,
Wow,
I don't know about
you're
that.
bugging for real, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking about your baby.
Because he might have.
Would not. Aitama
out of
would
your
stalk
mind.
Usyk the fuck out, man. He would stalk Usyk.
All right, hold on, guys, let the recognize going.
So, because in an opinion that he might have better reflexes, footwork, power, that earns him a title shot against the world champion?
No, it's that's not how it works. That's why I say Caballero first. But give him like one or two fights when Usyk is staying busy with Caballero.
No. I'll give you.
What's going on at
Let's not
heavyweight, man?
forget I picked Crawford to beat the shit out of fucking
I'll give
Canelo.
you an Atama blueprint. I'll give you.
Fabio's waiting for his opportunity. He's not trying to fight anybody.
It's
He's trying to cash in.
It's called chasing, right? So this is what you do, right? So you fight the guys that Usyk fought, right? And you try to do better than what he did, or at least as good, right? You try to beat those guys while you're growing, right? You're 20, 21 years old guy, right? Who's not a number one contender from the way I understand it for none of his belts. So You start chasing while he's has to fight his mandatories. Let's say you get 2 fights, and it is hypothetical. Let's say you beat 2 former opponents, like a Daniel Dubois. You knock him out.
Yeah.
Within 5 rounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the next guy, somebody solid, and you knock that guy out. Or another former. Yeah, another former. Let's say another former Usyk opponent, and you knocked him out too, or you beat him really good. That's how you get that. That's how you get people to say you got to fight that kid next. Just because he beat a freaking old. What's that guy's name again? Dillian White.
Yeah,
that isn't already a title shot. Bro.
In 1 round.
No,
one
of course
round.
not. I think 1 round. Yeah, I think he should fight the next maybe Daniel Dubois or what's the other guy? There was another dude that's worthy. Philip Hergovich. Those are the 2 dudes. He should either one of those guys. He should fight either one of them.
Neither of them guys have a secondary belt. Thomas said after the White fight that he wanted to go after someone with a secondary belt or interim belt. He doesn't meet that criteria.
Well, that's
so. What are you talking about?
That's an excuse, though.
That's Caballero then. You just go straight to Caballero then.
He's going for Kubrat Pulev, man. Look at what's been going on. He's going after Kubrat Pulev.
Yeah, who cares? Pulev's like 1,000,000 years old. The guy's 100 years old. Who cares? I want him to fight somebody who's old. No, look. It used to be in this sport that guys that were contenders would risk their O's and they'd fight each other in their primes, and that's how you separated the cream, and the cream would always rise to the top. But now we don't get that. We get all these guys with glossy records fighting bums. Look at Berlanga, for instance. He knocked out his first so many fighters. The guy's pure trash. And when the chips were really down, he had to fight somebody real. He either couldn't knock them out or he lost himself. So whatever. And that's going to be the Thomas story. It's the same thing.
Whatever you guys said, whatever I heard. I mean, I heard this before too. That he's fighting Kubrat Pulev. But if this is true, then that means Frank Warren. That's Frank Warren's shit. It's like played super safe.
Why not just fight a corpse already? Fight a baby.
I know. He does it like this. Frank is very, he manages fighters very. He coddles them technically.
Look at the landscape at heavyweight. Look at the landscape at heavyweight. WBA interim champion, WBO interim champion. That fight just happened. Caballero's occupied. He wants to cash in versus Usyk. He's not trying to fight. So
why not go after
that leaves Wardley just Kubrat Pulev, man.
All right.
That's not his fault.
Telkines, in your opinion, who in the heavyweight division deserves a title shot right now?
Fabio Wardley and Moses Atama.
I said one name. You're giving me 2 here. Okay, so you said Wardley. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. See, I think this shows you that the heavyweight division, how fucked up it is, how shitty it is. Okay, Gypsy says Caballero.
I got Caballero. He's got a better resume.
Caballero too. I think most of us have Caballero.
He knocked out the big
I believe Caballero may have a better resume, but Usyk's already made the commitment to fight the winner of the fight. So.
Oh, really?
It should be an interesting match. Ukrainians usually, Eastern European style kind of sucks when they deal with body punchers, like talented body punchers, not fucking just any body puncher. They kind of suck at that kind of shit. So it's an interesting matchup. It'll be a tough fight for Usyk. I think
man. Caballero would destroy Usyk, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Look at how he got. Artur Beterbiev made him freaking almost shit his pants in amateurs, bro.
I'm not talking about Fabio.
Oh, fuck.
And he shit his pants in the Ryan Garcia fight because Diddy got to him.
Telkines likes to be a contrarian.
Caballero too, bro. I'm saying Caballero would stop Usyk, and Caballero would stop Usyk as well.
Oh, come on, man.
You're bugging.
I don't know if
you're bugging.
He'll definitely hurt him. He'll hurt him a bunch of times.
That's Usyk's kryptonite is the body shot, bro. A good, solid body shot.
Oh, wow. Now.
Make it happen. Let them make it happen. I want that fight next anyway.
That'd be interesting. That'd be a good fight. I wouldn't know. I will pick Usyk.
If Usyk
but
was to take the Pacquiao fight, would you still think he was ducking the Tuma?
no, bro. Nobody.
I don't think he was ducking a Tuma. I think he's just set on fighting Usyk, just cashing in his WBC belt.
I'm just thinking idiots who think that Usyk would duck anyone. That's all I'm saying. Because, Usyk's not going to duck anyone for any reason.
Well, Jeep's saying that Usyk's ducking Aitama.
I promise you, if there's someone
if he
super
wins,
dangerous,
he's got nothing to gain. People are going to say, "Oh, it was just like when Floyd beat Canelo the first time around." Same shit.
man,
It's
if
too
it-
green.
if
Blah blah blah. He didn't really get any credit for it. Floyd didn't get credit for that.
Usyk was go in there and fight a guy like Otama, who's 21, 20 years old, somewhere around there, and he beats him.
Usyk will.
Nobody is gonna give Usyk that much props. They're gonna be like, dude, like he just took on a inexperienced fighter, and you
Novice. Exactly. Let him get a few good wins under his belt, and then it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's gassing the guy up because he beat Dillian White. You don't think that Usyk would wipe the mat with Dillian White too?
Especially that Dillian White, right? The Dillian White
Even stop Derek Chisora.
Guys,
So what makes you think that he can beat Atama, bro?
Who?
look, man, no one's trying to hype out. We're not trying to hype out Itama. We're just trying to say that Itama needs a few fights before he jumps in with Usyk, and that's it. A few more fights. That's it, man.
Yeah,
people are laughing that he's
You're trying to delay the situation. You're trying to keep Atama from kicking Usyk's ass sooner before Usyk runs out right now.
People are laughing. People are laughing that people are saying that Usyk is ducking Aitama. People are fucking laughing in the chat.
Look, to play advocate, I don't like Usyk, bro. I hope Usyk gets fucking knocked out. That is not the fucking case. The reality is,
It's not going to happen, bro.
Itama, it'll be better for him with two more fights. He'll be a stronger, better version of himself going into that fight. If he just jumps in, he might be too
better
green.
for him to wait till Usyk retires and then take over the crown, like Tyson did when Larry Holmes kind of fell off.
Larry Holmes got his ass kicked.
Same kind of scenario.
Yeah,
I know he got his ass kicked, but I say when Tyson came along, he was beating a Bum of the Month club too.
That is true. But the thing is, he needs that two fights. He needs at least, maybe if not two, maybe one. But two will be even better.
Oh,
He'll be just like
for sure.
Tweaked up and ready for that fucking Usyk fight. Not because
I could tell you he could have 10 fights and still wouldn't be good.
Hey, we'll see. I mean, he has to get a title shot at some point. Now, hey guys, is it a problem when a boxer only fights for money? Is that a problem? Because I heard that his mind is not at the right place.
No, nope,
you only fighting for
okay. Prize fighting.
Right. Okay.
They're fighting for prize.
Usyk, is he a Hall of Famer already? Yes or no? I would say yes.
Yeah.
I would say okay. Yeah. So why is he still fighting? So why is he still fighting?
Because
it's
he wants to enhance it.
Okay. So he's there to enhance it against Caballel.
But he's waiting for a challenger, though.
No. There's no point in. I mean, some would argue there's no point in Usyk to keep on fighting when there's nobody. You know, we are here struggling to find a contender that can actually give a good fight to Usyk. So why is he still here? You know what I mean?
The truth is,
he wants to challenge himself, and plus he's still in good shape. And he knows he can do it. And for heavyweight, you got to remember, he's a heavyweight. He's really coming into his prime at 37. Come on. Well, how old is he? 38? Whatever.
39 next year in January. 39 pretty soon.
Okay. 39 in January? Okay, so he's 38. So still, I mean, I don't know, it's hard to pick against a guy with an engine that he has.
Look, man, he's getting better and better. And that's one thing. That's another reason why it's motivating him. He's getting better at 38.
And don't forget, he's got Papachenko.
I don't know if he's getting better, man. Where are you getting this from, man?
Oh, my. Bro, listen, man, I'm telling you. He's punching hard, putting more weight behind his punches. He's getting a lot more experience. I'm telling you right now, and not just me, there's a bunch of other motherfuckers came to that realization. That's why I said if Fury fought him years back, he would have beaten him. But this version is a much better version.
No, you said something,
durable.
Gypsy. I think you said something that makes sense. I agree with you that he's actually believing in his power, his heavyweight power now. Because if you look at the Dubois fight, you know, he's like, I can knock this motherfucker out. I don't have to circle around, but I can knock you out, and he did.
His commitment to his punches are
right.
better.
Exactly.
He was stronger. That's why he's continuing to fight, and on top of that, he's competing with Terence Crawford for the undisputed title. Because he got, I think he's 3-time undisputed too, right at this point.
Oh, who cares about that shit? 3-time undisputed. Like you can drop a belt and you can drop a belt and pick it right up, and you're a 3-time. Like, come on, it's not a.
Yeah, stupid.
Yeah, drop a belt, drop it again. Oops, I dropped the belt.
Yeah, but that's like historical shit,
like
bro.
Floyd did?
Think about it. Terrence is trying to get the 160-pounders to join. I think Janibek is the guy that's going to be the undisputed if they do it. And then Janibek and Terence Crawford is going to be the fight that's going to be made in the future. And I believe Janibek is going to beat him, bro. I'm not hating on Terence Crawford. I think Janibek.
I agree with you. People are going to call me a hater because you picked Canelo to beat. No, I'm still like I will still tell you that Crawford lost to fucking Madrimov.
I was right. Remember that?
About what? Crawford. Like, listen, Teddy Atlas picked Crawford. I don't care. You know,
I picked Crawford by wide and get a close decision.
Who picked Charlo? Teddy Atlas who picked Charlo to beat Teddy Atlas.
Fuck Teddy Atlas.
Teddy Atlas who picked Charlo to beat Canelo.
He's almost like
also picked Crawford.
I'm sure he said 5F. Yeah.
Yeah, no. But what I'm saying is this though, that I don't think Crawford. I mean, like I'm with Gypsy. Crawford at 160. It's gonna be difficult. You know, it's not gonna be like Canelo. He's gonna be like a Caballel that's still in his prime. He's fast. But we'll see. That's actually a good show.
I hope it goes that way, though. I hope they do it. That'd be great. Because Crawford's got no business at 168.
Huge Terence Crawford fight. He's a huge Terence Crawford fan. He gets his predictions like 90-something% times right that I talk to, and this dude he's gonna deny the fact. He started hating on the fact that I said maybe Janibek can do this. Janibek is that guy that can beat your boy. And he's like, nah, what is Janibek for? I'm telling you, this is the dude that's going to do it. Because he can set up traps going back. He can set up going on angles.
Listen, if Madrimov can do this, I mean, of course. But anyways, let's talk about something else. Because then we're going to get caught up in the Crawford shit. Guys, did any of you catch Danny Garcia's farewell fight? He knocked out some guy.
Yeah. That left hook was so slow, you could have seen it coming from 10 miles away, and the guy still got knocked out.
Yeah, the fight just 45 seconds into the fourth round when Danny Garcia landed his signature left hook, sending Gonzalez to the canvas for the count.
At half speed. It seems so slow. Like almost in slow motion. It's like, what the fuck?
He's 37 years old. 37, and after the knockout, the commentators were saying, I don't think this is the last time we're going to be seeing Danny Garcia fight. You know, when you get a knockout like that against whoever, there's going to be that, you're going to want to stay in the sport just to see where you go. But I mean, again, Danny Garcia, in my opinion, he's completely shot. I don't care what he fucking does. I don't care who he knocks out.
And he might be able to squeeze out another he might be able to squeeze out another apartment building out of his career for sure. And that good on him. I mean,
I don't know. No, you're right. You know, if he can get some more money, that's good for him. But against who? And would you actually want to watch that? Like,
Lucha, who are they pushing right now? That's from Philly.
You should fight somebody like Charlo.
Oh my fucking God! Like that. Quentin is saying that they want to push for a Boots Ennis. Right, Danny Garcia fight
in Philadelphia.
Oh, fuck off!
An old Philly fight.
Boots Ennis he's ducking like crazy, man. He is.
I don't like Boots Ennis, but he creams Garcia at this point.
Yeah, he kills him.
I like to call him. Grab your Boots Ennis.
You know what Boots means in Armenian? It means pussy. But anyways, Boots Ennis. is a freaking he's a very talented guy, but he's a fucking coward. It's just I'm being straight up, right? And all the guys that there's a lot of dudes from the black community that think as well that he's a fucking coward, bro. He does not.
What?
He does, bro. He does not like, bro. He does not like real challenges. He ain't gonna fight Virgil Ortiz, even though Virgil Ortiz, he's not even sure himself he could beat fucking Boots at this point.
Well,
he is.
Yeah, he's like
Gypsy. What do you think about? They're talking about Xander Zayas is his next opponent. Who has a belt? Xander Zayas. Is that a?
I don't know that guy.
Who's next opponent?
You don't know that guy. He's a Puerto Rican guy.
Yeah, I
What do you guys think about that fight? So what? Everybody. Question for everybody in the chat. Xander Zayas against Boots Ennis. Is Boots Ennis taking on a real challenge?
Zayas.
Is he targeting the weakest link? What do you think?
I thought you meant Garcia. Sorry.
He's targeting the weakest link.
I
Xander.
thought you're still talking about Danny Garcia.
Real boogeyman is Baccarat.
All right, let NPR go in. Let NPR go in.
Yes, I've been watching some of Xander's fights over the past couple of weeks, and he seems like a guy that just doesn't spar enough. And you'll see him like he's got all the fundamentals down, but he just does the same trick over and over and over again. He took in his last fight, he took too many shots over the top. Like this guy had him timed perfectly, and he kept on sticking out his jab, and he kept on getting it countered. You know what I mean? And by the end of the fight, he was just hanging on. I think he just lacks talent, lacks guidance, or something.
Yeah, he's a top rank creation for sure.
He gets his ass kicked by Boots. If you want to know
Good fighter, anyway.
Lacks power. That's my the issue with me.
He's the weakest champion at 154.
Oh yeah.
NPR hit it right in the head. I said the Zayas trains not too far from me, and I heard that
Dark Horse for sure.
He doesn't spar enough. That's what I heard. Yep.
He's not in the trenches.
Not
in the trenches.
Yeah. He does have, like, for instance, and he'll go to the same trick over and over again, right? So the last fight he had, he would take a step back, and then he set him up with a counter left hook, right? And I'm like, okay, but then he kept doing it. And so this guy knows it's coming over and over and over again. And I'm just like, wait, this is...
Yeah, good like fighters are going to pick up on that for sure.
Yeah, sounds like a not interesting type of guy to watch. I mean, let's talk about Baccarat, the fucking Russian or whatever he is. That motherfucker. I want to see him fight. The fucking power puncher, bro. The fucking guy that leveled fucking Tim Tszyu and broke his soul. Tim Tszyu's never the same after that fight. I want to see him fight. I want to see that dude, bro. Like, that dude's a beast. And they're saying he sucks, and he doesn't really suck.
Dude, the middleweight's kind of fucking hot right now, really, when you think about the depth of the division.
You realize Charlo called out everybody except for that dude. He did not call him.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's no upside.
No, there's an upside. There's an upside.
Well, for us, there is, but he's looking at it from a business standpoint.
Too dangerous, low risk, high reward.
Exactly.
Not really.
Factor, right?
Listen, the Sheik is being on record saying like people don't want the money he's offering around.
I think Jamel's
like,
still.
Wait, hold on. Severino, what are you saying? Severino, what?
Sorry.
Remember, the Sheik said on the Boxing Boys that he been offering money around. Nobody wants the fight with that guy with a background.
Yeah, Berkram.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like
that makes sense.
He is the boogeyman.
Like nobody wants to fight.
He's willing to pick him up. Challenges to the rest of them. Let's see if anybody takes him. I'd like to see, I could see somebody like Victor Ortiz, fucking Ortiz taking him on, because he's not afraid to fight anyone. Virgil, yeah, for sure. He's not afraid.
I'm not sure to do it though, bro. He got balls.
He wants to test himself. I don't know if he'll win, but I mean, he wants to test himself for sure.
Gets knocked out against that dude, to be honest.
I mean, he's going to be
victim for those top guys.
It's already been a year since the last time he fought. Baccarat fought October last year, so that's not going to help. I mean, I think he's 32, so. just going to keep getting
Yeah, but
older.
he still stays in the gym. I'm
Do you
sure.
guys-
Most fighters,
do you guys-
because they're not. It's just like when people were arguing for Crawford. It's like, oh, he hadn't fought in over a year, and this and that, and everything, and everything. There's no way he could beat Canelo moving up 2 weights. And look what happened. Come on.
Do you guys think Boots Ennis is ducking Virgil Ortiz? And I'll tell you this before you guys answer. So I was watching the Hawani interview with Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya said that they were ready to make the Ortiz Boots Ennis fight, but Boots Ennis wanted a tune-up fight. And so now he had the tune-up fight against Lima.
Right?
Okay, hold on. So he had a tune-up fight with Lima, and now we're hearing that Boots Ennis is looking for a fight with Sander Zayas and a fight with Terence Crawford. So it looks like they're going around Virgil Ortiz. Like they're not mentioning his name. They're mentioning Sander Zayas and they're mentioning Crawford. They're calling out Crawford. That fight has to happen. It's a great fight. Blah blah blah. So, in your opinion, is he ducking Virgil Ortiz?
I can't see why he'll be ducking Ortiz. What's so scary that he'd be ducking him?
I don't know. You tell me. You tell me why they're not calling him out and they're calling out Sander
They did
Zayas.
call him out in the post-fight press conference. They literally called him out, didn't he?
No, but the post-fight press conference is one thing. After the fight, they want to fight Sander Zayas.
I'll tell you why.
They want to fight Sander Zayas and they want to fight Terence Crawford.
Simple answer.
Yeah, but isn't there like
Mirage,
and they wanted a tune-up fight because I don't know why they would want a tune-up fight. You know, it's like
was dodgy, but okay, we'll give
that
him
was
a pass.
dodgy
But
as fuck.
Ortiz is still on the list, right? As long as Ortiz is still on the list, I'm not going to call him out.
Well, it doesn't seem like he's on the list. It seems like Sander Zayas is on. They're adding people on the list. They're adding people on the list for no reason.
Does Sander Zayas have a belt?
It doesn't matter. They're adding people on the list.
Yes.
No. Does Sander Zayas have a belt?
They're adding
Yes, he has
Sander
a belt.
Zayas and they're adding Terence Crawford.
Hang on. Calm down,
Reason why
Bucho.
he fights Zayas.
I'm calm, man.
Sander Zayas has a belt.
Reason why to fight
Ortiz
Crawford
doesn't have a
It
belt.
doesn't matter. Mirage.
You have it?
You
Would
mean
you rather?
belts don't matter? Hang on, belts don't matter?
Mirage, belts don't matter in this situation, all right? And I'll ask you this question now. I answer your question.
Belts
Mirage.
always matter.
Mirage, would you rather see Boots Ennis against Zayas or against Ortiz?
Irrelevant.
Excuse me?
Is a
No, I want an answer. No, Mirage,
Boots
you
is
need
a
to answer my
boxer.
question.
He's
You don't want
going
to answer.
after
Okay,
champions.
just you know what? Just say you don't want to answer my
I
question.
would obviously rather Ortiz, yeah.
Okay,
If I think he's better, but it's irrelevant. Your question
does a belt matter at this point? A belt doesn't matter. A belt doesn't matter. Somebody's muting him. Who muted Mirage?
Bro, the rumor is
Who's the bitch who muted me? Belts always matter. He just
I'm not muting you, by the way, Mirage, but I'm gonna go get some more chips. I'll be back.
BDA. BDA's been soft. Have I triggered BDA already?
There's a lot of people with wrenches here.
age over here, bro. I don't know.
It's an age-old boxing theme. Either take the weak champion of the division or you go for the money. That's Zayas Crawford.
Yo, guys, the rumor is with Virgil Ortiz, the reason why they don't want the fight, they're just kind of like trying to detour around Virgil Ortiz is because his chin is suspect. Boots' chin is suspect. And that's the reason why. They're worried that the grit that Virgil is going to bring is going to eventually break Boots. Not because of skill. Boots is slightly better, a little bit fast, slightly better, but it's not that. It's the chin. Just chin is not going to hold up with Virgil. And that's what they're worried about. And that's why whenever Virgil's mentioned, they're like detour the shit out of it. It's not about skill. It's just like how durable is fucking Boots. That's what it is.
I don't know. I think junior middleweight's the division right now to watch.
154 is so hot right now. I mean, the Sheik could grab that and do like a Super 6 tournament or whatever. Like
what's
a tournament
better
around.
division? Anyone got an idea? Like, what's a more competitive division?
And 154 is pretty hot.
154 and which what?
126.
Oh yeah.
They're both good.
Yeah, for sure.
They both have pretty good, solid fighters, and I think 154 is deeper. But I think that either 126 you have at least six solid fighters, including Shushu Carrington, who we've yet to see yet. Who's yet to make the big stage yet. You got a lot of good guys, and you have the Nick Ball guy. You have what's his name? The tall, skinny guy, this Mexican dude. And you have Inoue.
I don't know if it's true, but I heard that in December, Inoue and Nakatani are going to be sharing a bill in Japan, and then with the idea of them clashing in the spring. So if that happens, that's going to be a fucking pretty awesome situation.
What do you think of the round robin idea before?
I love those fighters, Nakatani and Inoue, but I mean, I'm like that. That's a pretty decent, and that's an all Japan shootout. So it's going to be interesting, and they're going to make it happen because it's got to happen. Do you think like a country like Japan's going to not have that type of matchup where you have two fan bases that huge? I mean, it's probably going to fill up Tokyo Dome or something.
Yeah,
that's probably the most difficult. That's the most difficult fight. Tinto Nakatani. I think that's going to be. I don't know who's going to win that because I haven't really thoroughly looked at it, but this is going to be the toughest fight. I mean, he's knockdown prone. So this guy is known to catch guys slipping.
As much as I love Inoue and think he's the best fighter in the world today, I think he can. Like, he's been getting rocked in his last few fights. I mean, he has been knocked down. He's been shaken up. So it kind of makes you wonder if somebody like Nakatani, even though he's coming up in weight, he might be able to pull off something, right? It's always the punch you don't see that gets you.
Yeah, that's what makes it interesting. And Inoue's been looking more human lately, and Nakatani just looks like this monster. So it's going to be one of the more.
Right. But in all fairness, he's fighting better opposition. I mean, Inoue is going through top level fighters, whereas
not only
Nakatani, he's forced to fight contenders. He's not fighting, not as much as Inoue's been fighting champion after champion. Nakatani is fighting like his top contenders, which he has to do. I get it, but I mean, at the same time, it's a little bit different level of opposition, right?
That's why I don't have.
Inoue's performing at high level. It's hard to pick against him.
Sorry, out of his last fight against Southpaws, which I don't think he kind of did that, but I realized that the other day when I was looking at some of his old fights, and then I'm like, I don't know anybody else who's taken on that many Southpaws in a row, So I think
think about
and
this.
also
Wait aside.
a couple of he had a couple of
versus Inoue is a monster fight, no matter where you are. If you're a boxing fan, that's for sure.
And down there in Japan, that's going to be their Sugar Ray Leonard versus Tommy the Hitman Hearns. That's going to be huge down
Fucking A, man. Fucking A. Like, good for them, right? Because Japan has got such a rich boxing culture, and they deserve a massive fight like that the whole world will pay attention to, right? Because, like, tell me that like, there's a lot of really great fights that happen in Japan, but we don't hear about them. But this fight, the whole world will hear about it. And it's a lower weight fight, so it's like
on everyone's fucking pound for pound list. That fool's a three division world champion. He's a 3-division world champion. He's a pound for pound guy. He's not like a joke.
In my eyes.
He's not like a one-division champion. Yeah, he's a killer, bro. This is good. I've been waiting for this for years for this dude to come up against Inoue, and finally, I think we're gonna get it. So I don't know.
Are you talking about Picasso? Are you talking about Picasso?
No, we're talking about Nakatani.
Okay. I was like, what the fuck are you? Okay. Nakatani, yeah.
Picasso. There's a Picasso that I don't know
so
about?
what's happening is that Nakatani and Inoue are fighting December 27th on the same card. And the rumblings are that after that fight in the spring of 2026, those two are going to meet.
Okay.
That is exciting.
Yes, that's the fight everybody's been talking about. That's a great fight. Yeah, that's somebody who called it the Japanese rumble in the jungle or something.
Yep.
It's going to be wicked.
Lucho, wasn't it earlier here we had people saying that Inoue was ducking MJ and then he just outboxed him like it was nothing. Now no one even says anything about it.
Yeah. No, it's true though. That was supposed to be a close fight, tough fight, and I guess it wasn't.
MJ did make it a little bit interesting when he caught him with that hook in the 11th, I think it was.
Yeah, well, he didn't do enough.
He gave him a little bit of a step there. He took it well, but I mean, he still got rocked a little bit. And I love the guy. Right?
Yeah, hey, Gypsy, there's like a weird sound coming from your end. Gypsy, what the fuck? What is going on? You need to mute. Yeah, thanks.
Shout out to Inoue. This will be his 4th time in December fighting. That's crazy. 4 fights this year. I love it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
that's what you should
great.
do. That's what every boxer should do.
Yes. That used to be the standard in the 90s and the 2000s, even Oscar years and stuff, right?
Yep.
I either love Oscar, at least he fought a lot. And he wasn't scared of challenges. That's why he's got 5 losses or 6 or whatever it is.
I want to see what Japanese smack talking is all about. Like if like who bows first loses the smack talk competition. Yeah.
It's a good. That's what it should be.
Smack talk don't win fights though.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see Japanese people do it though. We're not used to that. I just think it's fascinating.
No, it's a completely different culture from over here.
100% agree. Because apparently when you go to Japan, you like say you're a rock band and you play to like a large audience of 60,000 people. They're all so polite. They're not very noisy until they get noisy, right? So it's kind of probably the same thing at a live fight in Japan. Probably pretty quiet. You probably hear a pin drop.
And they pick up all their trash when they're gone too. They're like go underneath. There's nothing.
Japan is there. I mean, they don't even talk on the phone like when they're taking public transport on a train or a bus. They're all quiet. Nobody's fucking loud, annoying as fuck. I got some news here.
That's because they don't have immigration.
Maybe
they don't allow immigration, so that's a plus.
But it's just a culture, though. They're not loud. They're not like Japan. Loitering. You know.
Yeah, but you can still buy a beer on the street. You're waiting for a subway, and you can buy a beer and enjoy it right there, and nobody's gonna bother you. Nobody's gonna fucking.
Well, there's honor. There's respect and honor. There's respect, honor.
Exactly.
Here's like nobody cares. Like here's more like I'm an individual. My individual rights. I can do whatever. I can do what I want. It's about me. Like you live in a society. There's a collective. But now, as soon as you say the word collective, oh, you're communist. So like, anyways, I don't want to get into this bullshit.
Yeah. I know. I hear you. I can do it too.
Frank Warren says Tyson Fury wants a 3rd fight with Alexander Usyk. This is from October the 15th.
Not worthy.
Not worthy? Well, Anthony Joshua fight is... They want... Oh, wait, let me read this. Anthony Joshua fight is... Joshua, what? Joshua takes up a tune-up bout first and instead obsessed with another shot at Usyk. Okay, I don't know why I wrote this in a telegraphic format. Anyways, I don't think anybody wants to see Usyk and Fury again. The only fight I want to see...
Even if he beats him again, he won't get credit. No, but even if Usyk beats him again, he won't get credit. People will say you already beat him twice. Like, what's the point? You beat him convincingly 2 times.
They were
and same
convincing.
with Joshua. What were the point? What would be the point?
I have no idea.
The heavyweight 12 to 14's got to go away. Parker, Wilder, AJ, and Fury, they're done. Nobody wants to see that shit anymore. The whole lot of them. They're done.
That's true.
Yeah, we have, I don't know if this is the real Fight Hub TV. Shout out to Fight Hub. Great channel. Check it out, man. The best interviews are from Fight Hub, actually. Fight Hub TV. I love that channel. What else? We're talking about Fury and Usyk. Yeah, nobody wants to see that shit.
Nope.
I want to see Fury against Joshua. I would be interested. Why not? You know, I know it's not.
Yes, that's a good fight.
I mean, it's an interesting fight. I mean, it's not happening when it should have happened, obviously, but hey, it's gonna attract a lot of people in the UK. It's gonna have a nice crowd. Why not? The pre-fight press conferences are gonna be crazy.
I was gonna say something, but that's great.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say like it just like all. back in all the eras, right? Like all the ex-champions and like the Foreman Lyles and the Ali versus Fraser 2 and all these type of fights where guys were supposedly past their championship time and now they're fighting other old champions that are supposedly on the downside of their career. It still makes for interesting matchups. So Fury and AJ would be an interesting matchup. And there's going to be, I mean, I would love to be on the panel where people are discussing who's going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think
yeah.
Okay, that's all I was trying to say. Not trying to be rude.
Don't be rude, Chester. Don't be rude, Chester. Hey, you're from Saskatchewan, right? Or
no, I'm in British Columbia, Canada.
I thought you were from Saskatchewan. I don't know why. All right.
No, I was born and raised in Manitoba.
Right.
Born and raised in Manitoba.
Yeah, Manitoba.
Winnipeg. Yeah, Saskatchewan's close, but it's not. It's still the same.
I know
shit,
it. I know where it is. I'm in Canada, but I'm
Yay!
I'm in Quebec.
Canada rules, bitches.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Fury. I would pick Fury over Joshua. I think.
Yes, I would agree too at this point. And it would be on points, obviously, because I don't think Fury could stop him.
Yep. All right, let's see what else I have in here from news. This is from Boxing News. Manny Pacquiao's world title shot in jeopardy unless a deal can be reached. Manny Pacquiao's planned WBA welterweight title fight against champion Rolly Romero, scheduled for January 24, is in serious doubt. The World Boxing Association has officially ordered Romero to face his mandatory challenger, the undefeated Shakram Giasov. So that's bad for Pacquiao.
Cock blocking at its highest level.
Cock blocking. Who the fuck is Shakram Giasov? I have never seen him fight.
Look, yeah, exactly. But like, you're going to deny Manny Pacquiao another title at this age? Like, who else is he going to beat for a title? He had a chance with Barrios. He should have got it, but he didn't. And now he's got another weak champion in Rolly Romero, and then they block that. He's going to have to wait till he's 50?
Yeah. I mean, but it's not about fairness. I guess, you got to respect that rankings as well, right? Some people are going to claim that, well, if this guy guesses or whatever.
To some degree, but then I thought this was prize fighting and was all about money. I mean, like, who's going to generate more money? Rolly Romero versus number one contender or Rolly Romero versus Manny Pacquiao? What's a better money fight?
I'm with you, but if you're Giasov, whatever, and you've been fighting through the fucking rankings.
But look, okay. Benavidez was the number one contender to Canelo for fucking how many years and never got a title shot. Canelo got to fight every fight he wanted to fight, blah, blah, blah. You could do that with Floyd Mayweather. You could do that with a lot of fighters. They got to pick and choose who they wanted to fight. Roy Jones Jr. was a whole bit. But why is it like that when it comes to this? Like, let the guy have his big money fight against Manny Pacquiao. Basically, what do you got to lose? You're going to make a bigger... What I don't understand WBA's ruling on this one is like you're going to get a way better bankroll of money from the 2% or whatever you get off the fight rather than him fighting some no-name that no one heard of. It's going to generate maybe $1 million if they're lucky. You're talking Rolly Romero versus Manny Pacquiao. Just the name value alone is going to do probably 1 million views on Netflix or whatever the fuck.
I understand, but again, like you have rankings and they have to be enforced, right?
Yeah, well,
people complain when people complain when the number one contender doesn't get a title shot.
Barrios.
All right, so you're picking and choosing when
that didn't seem to matter when he fought Barrios. And then off the Barrios draw, he could get a title shot off of somebody, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you think? But if you're looking at it in reality, he just fought a world champion, got a draw. So what does that put him back at the bottom of the list?
Yeah, but you understand about that. Yeah, but you got apparently this guy, whatever his fucking name was. Let me go back here. The guy who's supposed to fight for the WBA welterweight, Shakram Giasov. He's been waiting for a long time at this point. So
let him wait
another year or something.
For way more money. If I was that guy, I would say, you know what? You, Manny, fight him. And then if you win, you have to fight me. And then you're going to fucking be way richer than you would have ever made off of fighting this other fucking clown.
Maybe he wants some step-aside money. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe they'll settle this out,
That would be good. But, I mean, like, if anybody deserves a chance at that type of glory, it's Manny Pacquiao. Come on.
All right. In the chat, Fluke is saying boxing will be back in 2 weeks. Is that the Virgil Ortiz fight? The 8th? I gotta check. Who's fighting in 2 weeks, guys? I think it's Virgil.
I think Norman and thing, isn't it?
Oh,
Isn't it Benavidez?
Oh, no, probably that.
No.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Who is it?
Who's fighting on the 8th? Fuck. I gotta check my schedule here. The 8th. Virgil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin, 12 rounds for the WBC Junior Middleweight Intern title. Yes, of course. What do you guys think about that? Is that when boxing is back?
I love it because Ortiz is challenging himself against somebody at least. It's not like this fucking other guy that Boots just beat. That's crazy. At least he's fighting a live guy.
Okay. Well, I mean, Lubin is a contender, man. Lubin has power. Lubin can surprise you. You never know with Lubin.
No, you didn't hear me. I'm giving Ortiz props for fighting Lubin as opposed to Boots fighting some Lima bum that no one ever really heard of.
I didn't hear you. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. No, Lima. Who the fuck was Lima?
Okay.
Oh, that was terrible.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So at least Ortiz is challenging himself, even though it's some people might think, okay, it's not that he could have fought better people, but this is the best opposition that's available to the guy. Can't blame him. It's like Govetkin coming up and nobody wanted to fight him and everybody blaming him. Oh, it's like Hagler when he was coming up. Nobody wanted to fight the poor guy. Didn't get a championship fight till he was fucking almost 100. Like, give me a break.
Yep.
That's what's happening with Ortiz. So I'm almost like they're trying to freeze Ortiz out, like they just want to keep throwing all these.
I mean, I don't see. Listen, call me crazy. I don't see Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, as they call him. I don't see him being very enthusiastic when it comes to Virgil Ortiz. I don't see him holding his hand. I want to see him hold Virgil Ortiz's hand.
That's because he's affiliated with De La Hoya, and I don't think that he likes De La Hoya.
I think you have a great point.
That's what I think. I think it's a personal thing. Point. Pardon? Sorry?
No, you have a great point. You're making a great point. I don't think because he doesn't like De La Hoya. Maybe he doesn't like. But I think, Virgil Ortiz, he has that Mexican fan base. The Mexican American, he's Mexican American. He can. So why not try to push this guy?
He's willing to fight anybody.
Exactly, but no, he rather go the Terence Crawford way. He rather goes the Virgil Ortiz now a little bit. He's go that way. Like, why? You have a Mexican American.
But I think Turki Al-Sheikh's just, a casual with people in his ears saying, these are the fights you need to make. Because he has the money to make them, he goes along with it. I don't really think he's that savvy when it comes to boxing. Because otherwise he would notice that the Virgil Ortiz versus Boots Ennis fight is like one of the biggest fights that could be made in boxing right now, aside from some of these other ones like Shakur and Teo and Nakatani and Inoue and these type of fights, right? So I think whoever's advising him, he's given us great fights though, but at the same time, I think it's not. I mean, he's being advised to do that. I don't think because if he really, let's be real. If he was really a boxing fan, he would want Ortiz in there. But because he probably hates De La Hoya, because he bought De La Hoya out of Ring Magazine, and De La Hoya and him probably were good at how you have a bromance with somebody and then all of a sudden it breaks up and then now you don't got a bromance. That's what I get from them two, right? They probably started out with a little bit of a bromance and then the truth was revealed and then they went their own separate ways. And now one guy won't do business with the other guy.
Mexicans don't hold hands with other men. I think that's the problem. We don't want to be holding another guy's fucking hand.
Good.
I think that's what it is. And
because his hand can easily be changed to a dick.
easily you can change, right? They can do the old switcheroo all of a sudden. They can do the switcheroo. No, we don't want that.
Look at all the people that did it. Yeah. Oh, you know what was funny? I was watching on that fight. Meek Mill was at ringside. And he was talking shit about Boots or whatever, and saying how great he was. And I was just thinking, like, I couldn't even look at the guy thinking what Diddy did to him.
What do you mean?
Well, remember the clap, 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 and the video? That was Meek Mill and Diddy. You'd forget about that. It was crazy. So looking at a guy giving up his manage to another guy, and he's talking all this hard shit. It's like, yeah, you're out of there.
You have a great point.
No, man. Sorry, I'm just being real.
All right. Well, I mean, now I lost my train of thought here. I was gonna say something else about that.
I know. Yeah. Did he fuck a lot of people up, man?
That's true, though. That's for sure. Emotion is gonna be coming out. I guarantee you. But
yeah,
about Sheik, the Sheik and Ortiz. Oh yeah. I also think that the Sheik, he's like, he has this nostalgia about African American boxers, right? So he wants another Sugar Ray Leonard. He's desperate to find out Mayweather
or Devin Haney. Yeah.
Or then he forgets about the Mexican American boxers. Or Mexican boxers, in this case, a Mexican American boxer when it comes to Ortiz. He could make really so much money, man. But, he sees Boots Ennis and he's like, oh, Boots Ennis, he's going to be the one. He's going to be the one. Okay. Well, I think he's going to be wrong at the end of the day.
Yeah, for sure. But, yeah, you're right. But look who he's aligning with. He's aligning with Eddie Hearn. Right?
Yeah, like you said also, the whole thing, the whole Golden Boy thing plays into it as well.
Yeah, for sure. And the fact that he bought Ring Magazine off of Oscar, and they're like that whole deal probably went down when they were in the midst of their bromance, and all of a sudden bromance is over. Now I'm going to fuck you at every chance I get because whatever reason we don't know, right? Because we'll never be privy to it.
Well, De La Hoya has been also critical of Turkey, and then he praises Turkey, and then he criticizes Turkey. So at this point, Turkey is like...
In the beginning, he was praising the guy like left, right, and center. And then in the end, like the last while, he's not had anything decent to say or non-liable, should I say. You know what I mean? Because it's like he just clammed up on the guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That makes sense. People in the chat say the Dodgers. Are they even winning? I'm not even following that whole thing.
I hope not. But did they get their ass kicked? How many baseball games did they get? Nine runs in one inning? That's insane. That's like having a guy on the rope for like fucking 2 minutes and 30 seconds or something. It's crazy. But good for us. Canada, go Canada!
Yeah, the only team we have, right?
Right? And that's sad because you know what? I grew up on the Montreal Expos.
Yeah.
Because I'm in the age I used to watch Expo. That was the only game in town in the 70s and 80s. I don't know when Toronto Blue Jays finally came around, like late 80s or something, I imagine, or late 70s, pardon me. Mm-hmm. But still, you know what I mean? I
remember when the Expos left and people were showing up to the games again.
It broke my heart. Same way it broke my heart when Winnipeg Jets lost their hockey team back in the 90s, right? It was like all of a sudden you went from, it's weird because Montreal is like a cosmopolitan city, and then they had this great team, and they were on the world stage, and all of a sudden the team went away, and it's like all of a sudden you become a third-rate city, and you're not. You're like a number one. Like if anyone's ever been to Montreal, and it's the most fabulous city in Canada for.
It's where it happens, man. Nothing competes with Montreal. Like what competes with Montreal, man? Toronto? No, it's
nothing.
The nightlife shit.
I used to go from Toronto in the 90s. I used to go from Toronto to Montreal just to party, and people don't go out there until after.
They still do, man.
So when you go into a bar,
well, I don't party that much. I'm fucking old now. But
my very first night in 1985 in Toronto or Montreal, pardon me, I was on the St. Catharines. There was a bar.
Yep.
And we went in, and it was about 10 o'clock, and there was nobody in there. We were like maybe 3 or 4 people, and it was our first night in town. And I just said to the waitress, in English, and she said something back to me, and I said, I don't speak French, and she said, oh, yeah, whatever. And I said, how come the bar's so dead? She goes, you guys are new around here, aren't you? And I said, yeah, we can't even speak your language. And she said, just hang around for a bit. By midnight, the place was like packed. Yep. And it was like that till like 4 a.m, and it was good vibes, and everybody spilled out onto St. Catharines. It was just everybody was like just doing their thing. It's a great place, man.
Yeah. People are saying let's do boxing. Yeah, we'll talk more about Canada.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Yeah. But anyway, Montreal rules, Vancouver rules, Toronto rules.
Yeah, those are the three major cities, of course.
But those I live in all three, and they're all good for their own reasons.
Absolutely. Let's see what other news I have over here. Now I'm going back in time here. Ennis beats Lima.
I'm an old man.
Right. Well, I don't know if you guys caught the Ariel Hawani interview with De La Hoya. He actually he was at De La Hoya's residence, and they talked about a bunch of things. So, yeah, this is where I found out De La Hoya and the Zone were ready to make Ortiz versus Ennis, but Ennis wanted a tune-up fight. Okay. De La Hoya also said that whoever wins a potential Ortiz-Ennis fight will become a superstar. Do you agree with that, Chester?
I'm not so, well. I guess in today's landscape, you got to say yes, but to me, I don't think so. I think like one fight doesn't make a superstar, really. I think it'll put him on the road to superstardom, but I don't think it makes him a superstar. But because they're both really still unproven at the top, they don't really have that signature win yet. Neither one of them. So when they do get that signature win, then but then here we go again. It's a debate where, oh, you haven't fought anybody or whatever. It's what everybody was saying for the Crawford-Canelo fight, right? Oh, Crawford never beat. Oh, he got knocked down by a lightweight and all this crap. And, look what happened, right? So that's boxing. That's the way the world is. We're all going to have an opinion.
Okay.
Opinions are like assholes, right?
Who else do we have? Yeah, exactly. Who else do we have? Is that Gonzalo? I don't know. He always has so many accounts. Who's Gonz? Okay, I don't think that's Gonzalo.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. All right. Hey, Gonz. De La Hoya said whoever wins Ortiz or Ennis, whoever wins that fight becomes a superstar. What do you think?
Ortiz or Ennis? Who said Oscar De La Hoya?
Yeah, whoever wins this fight becomes a superstar, like the face of boxing almost.
Well, now would be the time. Actually, now would be the perfect time for that. Virgil Ortiz, does he have like superstar potential? We know that it's a mixture of things. You kind of have to have the personality. Well, I mean, it doesn't mean that the dude doesn't. Isn't he into like the rock and the what do you call it? The rock music, and he's pretty intelligent. He's a aggressive fighter. He hits pretty hard. He's a nice person. Jaron Ennis, he's flashy. He's also got knockout power. He's got a little bit of a cult following. Yeah, I would say so. Canelo Alvarez, he lost. Terrence Crawford is not exactly taking the sport over as far as like becoming like a big time mainstream superstar. We know he's got talent, and yes, he crossed through. But he's kind of still like the Larry Holmes type of personality, a little dull, So I would say so. I would say to what degree? I mean, they would have to continue fighting and winning, because Jaron Ennis hasn't been like beating world beaters, and a guy like Manny Pacquiao, say what you will, but he fought guy after guy after guy after guy. So it's not like, okay, you're just gonna win this fight and all of a sudden, bam, you just broke through. No, you have to continuously, and consistently keep on winning. That means you got to fight 2-3 times a year, and you got to fight, win the titles. It's going to take 2-3 years. It's not that easy. Basically, that's it.
All right.
As
who do
far
you think
as promotion goes?
Yes, NPR, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so there's another thing too. When the name starts seeping down, not on a boxing channel, but on like Joe Rogan or ESPN, or when they get named up there on these, big, on the mainstream platforms, if Virgil Ortiz name or Boots Ennis, but nobody names these guys. Nobody talks about them. All right, so there's no big money behind them. There's no big push behind them, and there's not getting endorsements or whatever. I don't know. It's like when it seeps out of the boxing circle and into the mainstream is when you know that these guys is a good indication of people are paying attention or pay attention to these guys. But that's not happened with either of those names.
It's funny because we used to talk about Virgil Ortiz versus Boots about 3 years ago, right on the same channel, I believe.
Yeah. Okay, but guys, what's missing? Okay, so what would it take for Ennis or Ortiz to make that jump to superstardom?
Beat a couple quality opponents, I would believe. Like beating either one of them, beating each other would be a start.
Okay,
and then
I think it would be. I mean, okay, you don't think that would help at all?
No, I mean it would put him in. No, they're really already in the star realm, right? But to be superstar, I don't know. Like that's a pretty big order, and when they don't, like, you got to look at their resumes too, right? So I think like Ortiz has the better resume, but whoever wins the fight still, I think, is still lacking. So to call him a superstar, I don't know. But I mean, I'm sure the boxing world will. But I mean, for myself,
well, that's what
I don't
matters.
think
but yeah, sure. But I'm talking
about.
That,
you're right, Bucho. You're right. That's what matters.
Recognize? You want to say something? Recognize?
Well, no, I was going to kind of agree with Chester that if these guys fight each other, make a good fight, win, lose, the draw, come back, and keep fighting big fights. I mean, this was done decades ago. Tommy Hearns lost to Ray Leonard. Tommy Hearns, and why he was relevant.
Hagler, all of them. Yeah, they all lost the one.
He was out there fighting big names and winning in spectacular fashion. So, putting themselves back out there. The blueprint to become a star is out there. It's just that a lot of these guys want these guarantee money and not risk anything and basically just the guarantee money over the legendary status, basically, is what they want.
I think we're always going to have fighters that people who don't want to fight. And I think like someone like an Ortiz is one of them. But I mean, to see this type of like he's already like the Madrimov win is way better than anything that Boots has ever done. But I mean, he has better other wins other than that too, right? So I don't know.
Yeah. And you know what? Also, it's timing, and this is the perfect opportunity for one of those two guys to break through, because we know that the 150-pound division is really hot right now, man. It is.
Yeah.
Before it used to be where nobody can retain the title and make two consecutive title defenses because the title was also always switching hands. But now we got the Mortasaliev, we got the Mono Ramos, we got the Lubin, we got the Ortiz, we got that guy, we got the Bohachuk. We got all these guys, man, and maybe not a lot of people know, but those are fucking killers. And who do you start off? With the hardcore. You start knocking all these fools out, getting the titles. Charlo's no more longer in the picture, I believe. And man, it's like the perfect storm.
Perfect environment to make a star.
Yeah, the environment. To make the chemical reaction, boom, and you break through.
Yep. No, that's perfect. Yeah, I agree with that.
So Gonzalo,
there's also
go ahead, NPR.
There's also the fact that you gotta put yourself out there. In other words, back in the day, you'd go and the mayor would give you the keys to the city, and you'd walk down the street in a parade, and you'd do all these kind of things that promoted you, and you were loved locally, and you had this. You kind of made your own groundwork. You laid your groundwork for your fame, right? Or you press the floor, or you get in people's faces. And Virgil's not that kind of guy. I understand that, but he could take another route and show up at a rally, show up at do stuff. You
consistently.
You gotta want it. You gotta promote yourself. I mean, social media is the time. You don't have to put on a fake everything. You don't have to be fake. Like, Ryan's a little fake, right?
Oh,
he puts it over. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But you do have to put yourself out there. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. You
So
gotta put yourself out
not
there.
superstar.
You gotta do it carefully, though. I mean, you can't go out like fucking, Ryan Garcia, who says who was at Bohemian Grove, right? Like that's just crazy.
Murphy's not going to do that. He's a very sane person.
Weirdo.
We know. We just
Shut up anyway. But to say that Triple G's not a Hall of Famer, that's blasphemy, man. Come on.
All right. You want to get into that? Triple G, is he a Hall of Famer? The debate.
It's up to you. It's your show, bro.
We can do it.
I think he is. I think he's first ballot.
I think so too. I mean, he had a bunch of title defenses. He had like a bunch. When I say a bunch, I mean, they say he was 20.
Bum of the month club.
Was it 20? But then people are saying, oh no, initially he had a WBA regular belt. That doesn't count, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, remember, Bucho, that at that time, people started to distinguish that it really wasn't. But when he was given the WBA belt, because the regular belt, because his mandatory Felix Sturm didn't want to fight him, they counted it. It's like, he's the champion. You could give him the golden status, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? The WBA golden champion, but you basically didn't fight your mandatory. He became the champion.
But at the end of the day, does it really matter? Because, I mean, you only fight the best opposition. He did what he was supposed to do with the best available opposition. That's all you could ever really ask from a fighter.
Well, I'm going to say, you know what, Chester? I'm going to say it did matter, right? It did matter because, he did everything that he had to do to make that fight happen. We know that Felix Sturm and his promoter didn't want that fight to happen. They came up with this new diamond, whatever the fuck, WBA shit. They started that. And to me, that's the duck. So when you duck the champion, when you duck your mandatory, you're no longer the champion. You're not that guy.
No, I wouldn't disagree with you. I'm saying I'm all for Golovkin, man. I'm a GGG guy, man. I love the guy. So Felix Sturm ducking him for sure. He wasn't the only one who ducked him.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of guys that didn't want to.
So everybody wants to point. Everybody wants to point to Triple G's resume and say, "Well, who did he fight? This, that, and everything." Well, it's not. It's like you can only fight the people that are willing to get in the ring with you, and that's the reality of it. At the end of the day, you have to have two combatants, and they both have to agree. And if you have one combatant that doesn't want to agree, look what Canelo did at the beginning. He wanted to have a fight at 155. Oh, I'm WBC 155 champ. Come on. This is what the poor guy he bought when that's what you want from the people that you look at as great fighters is what did they do with the people in front of them? You know what I mean? So he always came in shape. He always came ready to fight 12 rounds. He always did what.
Once he stepped up in competition, he struggled. He struggled against Jacobs. I don't see how he struggled against Jacobs. I think he clearly beat the guy. No. Struggle would be a close fight or something like. He didn't struggle. But anyways, this is the narrative that these people bring up.
I know, but the narrative is look at it this way. If he would have got his just decision in the first Canelo fight, I don't think it was that close. And so if it wasn't that close and he would have got his just decision, there wouldn't have been really a need for a second fight other than marquee value. And then he would have went on and he would never had those losses against his record. But as history would have it, he does. And so you're going to take away from a stellar career because of a dubious loss. It's kind of like when you think about boxing, it's cruel in that way because if you think about Chiquito Gonzalez, for instance, his first fight against Rungvisai, I think he beat him, but he didn't get the decision, but he gets knocked out in the rematch. So that if he would have got the rightful decision in the first place, he wouldn't have had to have a rematch. Therefore, he wouldn't have got knocked out. Yeah, so it's kind of like one of those things where you think like,
not only that, man. Not only that, but Golovkin. Golovkin was knocking out all these contenders, and people go say, "Well, who were these guys? Who were these guys that Golovkin knocked out? They were nobodies. They were contenders, and you could follow their careers. A lot of them fought in Germany, and got robbed.
But
Others fought in Germany. Hold on, Chester, let me finish. Chester, let me finish.
I get you.
And so Golovkin was not, he was completely dominating these guys to the point where he was stopping all of these contenders. Now, you have guys like, I'll give you an example, Terence Crawford, right? So he struggles against Madrimov. And what do people say? Well, he had a bad night, right? He had a bad night. It happens. Anybody can have a bad night. It doesn't matter who you are, right? But it doesn't seem like Golovkin was having any bad nights. It doesn't seem like Golovkin was having any bad nights against like fucking 14, 15, 16, 18 opponents in a row. In a row. He wasn't, and are you telling me they're all bums to the point like they're like, of course not. Martin Murray, some of these guys, I'm telling you, they traveled to Germany. They fought Felix Stern. Martin Murray fought fucking Sergio Ortiz in Argentina and got robbed. You know, this is the people we're talking about. But no, what you're telling me, they're all bombs. But when Crawford has a bad night, he has a bad night. You know, it's acceptable. Of course,
it's the same thing as Hagler going through all the contenders he went through. Well, all these great fighters, the Scipions and the Mugabes and all these people leading up to the Four Kings. Yeah. I mean, nobody ever gave him credit either. It was the same. It's almost a parallel career because you have Hagler, who nobody wanted to fight, never got a world title fight until well into his 40th fight, and then he finally wins, and then now people have to fight him, right? So now he beats every available contender all the way up, but none of them got great names, and some of them are, hyped up and this and that. And then he finally gets to fight some of the smaller weight guys that are moving up because they got the huge names, Tommy Hearns's and, the rest. And then here we go, right? So it's almost like the same kind of thing. And it's ironic that Golovkin lost to a fighter coming up in weight the same way that Hagler did, because to me their careers are kind of parallel because they never really got, because they were so good, nobody wanted to fight them. There was no risk, they had no name, they had no nothing, but they were that good. And then it didn't take until they were actually champions that people had to fight them. But even when Golovkin became a champ, nobody wanted to really fight the guy.
I was
there weren't people lining like Andre Ward could have fought Golovkin. Even though Golovkin was at 160 at that time.
Yeah.
Right? But even though Golovkin was 160 at the time, they could have made a catch weight at 164. Andre Ward wanted no part of that.
Recognize.
Yes, look, I was gonna say, even though in my opinion, I think that if you and it's just splitting hairs, if you said to me who had the better legacy, Marvin Hagler or Triple G, I would say Marvin Hagler wins that debate, okay? But they had a very similar, very, very similar career. Marvin Hagler's biggest fight were guys on the, going up in weight. The Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran. Outside of Tommy Hearns, he knocked out. He struggled with the other two guys, Sugar Ray and Roberto Duran. So it's like, they're very similar in careers.
Yep, for sure.
Bob Arum. It was Bob Arum who was
Bernard Hopkins.
Oh, Chester. Let NPR go in, Chester.
My bad. Sorry, I digress.
It was Bob Arum who locked out with Vito Antuofermo, who locked out Marvin Hagler. And so what happened was that Teddy Kennedy from Massachusetts, a senator of the Kennedy family, he had to step in and be like, look, you guys got to let my guy fight for the championship. He put pressure on boxing, and Bob Arum was the guy he put pressure on. And then he came in. He beat in his first fight against Vito Antuofermo. They kind of made it a draw. It was fucked up, man. It was kind of fucked up.
It was a ripoff.
He definitely beat Vito Antuofermo to a pulp, and then in the second fight, he was destroyed.
Right.
And but that's a historical fun fact.
And people would say, well, why didn't Triple G do that to Canelo? Well, Canelo's not no fucking Vito Antuofermo. You know what I'm saying?
No, And he did beat Canelo, but he just didn't get the decision.
I agree. No, but that, like the parallels are there. Like, look, he beat Canelo in the first fight, right?
I think Hagler beat Leonard.
No
There you go.
on that fight. But like I've heard people say, well, why he didn't do what Marvin Hagler did? Marvin Hagler fought Vito Altafermo again, and this time knocked him out. Yeah, Canelo's not Vito Altafermo.
True.
Canelo, and
yeah. Canelo's never going to get knocked out because he was the strongest chin in boxing since Jake LaMotta. I mean, come on.
Yeah, my point is also that you're not taking into context that Triple G is also at that point of his career an older guy than Marvin Hagler was.
How old was Hagler when he fought Leonard? He had to be around 34 or something, 32 or something like that.
Early 30s.
I think it was 32.
Well, he retired early.
32, but I might be wrong. Somebody with a computer can probably look it up. But I think, I think he beat Leonard. I mean, come on, you get the little last minute flurries and all this crap. It wasn't doing nothing. It's like swatting mosquitoes.
I had Hagler winning that fight. I always said it. Hagler won that fight.
Same with me.
Yeah, close. Okay, fine, sure, but come on. You can't win a fight with flurries.
But it's like when Whitaker and Chavez went to a draw, and they were like, "Oh, well, what did Chavez do? He attacked." Well, yeah, he tried to attack. He's swinging at air the whole night, and you give the guy a draw. I mean, give me a break, man. Same shit, really. Only difference was Leonard was actually hitting Hagler, but they were like nothing shots. It was like
Bernal Whitaker was on the back foot.
Hagler last
he was still outboxing the shit out of Chavez.
He wasn't outboxing the shit out of Chavez. He wasn't outboxing the shit out of Chavez. Come on, man.
I don't think
this is the same shit.
If you want to say Taylor was winning, if you want to say Taylor was winning,
no, he's talking about the Whitaker, Bernal Whitaker. Did you say Bernal Whitaker? Or
won that fight, guaranteed.
But he wasn't beating the shit out of Chavez, like what the fuck?
No, he wasn't.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
Was he outboxing him and maybe won 7-5, maybe 8-4?
Yeah,
won that like
but beating the shit out of him would be like.
I know. I mean, like you know what I mean. It was like.
Well, I don't know what you mean. We have a different definition of beating the shit out of.
Okay, fine. You're right. To me, but I would have rather been Whitaker in that fight. Put it that way.
I don't know, but even Chavez didn't get. I mean, it's not like Chavez was receiving some sort of beating. Like I'd rather beat Chavez. I mean, Chavez was coming forward.
Ghost. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Chavez was chasing a ghost, and you're right. He was coming forward. The same way that
some people even claim that Whitaker beat De La Hoya. Like at this point, I don't know, man. If you have,
Whitaker beat De La Hoya for sure.
Okay, recognize. Jump in, please.
Not in my opinion. I mean, listen.
Come on, man.
I thought he might have edged out Chavez. I thought that.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
He lost to De La Hoya because he spent too much on the back foot. A lot of times
making faces. Come on.
And look at his bruised up face. That's because he was getting hit. That not because he wasn't getting hit. He was getting hit. That's the that was the problem. And you look at De La Hoya's face at the end of the night, you're like, yeah, you didn't do nothing to De La Hoya, bro. He did something to you. You were on the back foot.
Now, did De La Hoya miss a lot of points? Of course he did. I mean, but that doesn't mean you lost the fight. Like you gotta throw punches to win the fight. You gotta land.
I set you both up just so you would say that Chavez lost.
No, you said Whitaker beat Chavez and De La Hoya as well. It's like I'm like, okay, now I'm questioning the way you score
but
fights.
I knew that you guys would pick. I knew you guys would pick Chavez.
Oh, this was the plan. It was the plan. It was okay.
It was all planned out, man.
It was a master plan.
I set you up.
I don't think Chavez won the fight with Whitaker. I think that if anybody deserved to win that fight was probably Whitaker. But that he beat the shit out of that he dominated Chavez, I never saw that.
Hell no.
Like my definition of domination is beating you're beating somebody
Purnell's not exactly a hard hitter. Come on. He can hit hard enough to keep you honest.
But he was moving though.
Somebody hold on.
It's a figure of speech. Come on. It was a play on words.
Somebody who's scoring the fight. That's not my issue. I look at the point system. Who's dominating the ring generalship? Who's first is clean and effective punches, right? That's first and foremost. After that, who's the ring general, right? Who is the ring general in the ring? And just because you don't punch hard, and I'm going to give you points because you're making the guy miss, and you're pity patting him, and I'm just going to ignore that the other guy's coming forward, controlling the ring generalship. That's not how you score fights. Not in my opinion. That's not how you score fights. Oh, I'm gonna understand that you're not a power puncher, so therefore I'm gonna give you points anyway. No, like that's part of the game. The reason why he couldn't be the ring general and totally dominate a guy like Chavez is because he lacks power. That's not nobody else's problem but his.
Exactly. You know, the judges are looking into that. This guy has no power. This guy has power. He's a no. It's what's happening in the ring. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no charity points. I don't give charity points. Oh, I understand that you're not a power puncher. So therefore, you know, like Shakur Stevenson with Zepeda. You know, they call this a virtuoso performance. Meanwhile, if you look at the punch stats, he almost got punched 300 times according to them. Okay, this is the official. How is that? How the fuck is that a virtuoso performance?
The domination. He beat his ass.
You know, like how is that?
Yeah.
And people will say, well, that's not his style of fighting. I don't care if that's not his style of fighting. You score points the way you're supposed to score points. You don't say, well, I'm going to take into consideration Shakur is not a power puncher, therefore give him more rounds than he deserves.
Oh, I'll tell you this, so Whitaker was moving more than against, if you look at his previous fight before the Chavez fight, he was really moving. He was on the move in that fight.
Yeah,
you know,
but he was scoring.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You know, maybe he won the fight.
Come on, guys.
You know? Maybe he won the fight, but you know, it wasn't a whooping. The fact that Whitaker had to and by the way, Chavez was never a threat to anybody at welterweight.
No, he was not.
He was never that was his limit, obviously. And so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it wasn't a whooping. And it's important to clarify this whooping thing because, you know, going back to that Canelo Crawford fight, some people they keep telling me it was Crawford whooped Canelo. Crawford whooped kind of like, you don't know what whooping means. You must be new to the sport. That is not a whooping.
Bucho, to be fair,
that wasn't a whooping.
Bucho, to be fair.
Shut up, box.
Hey,
simple.
Real quick, Bucho,
just like
to be fair.
would too, by the way.
Just one thing. To be fair, Whitaker really did whoop the shit out of Chavez's balls in that fight. So.
Was it belt to ass? Go ahead.
I didn't see that much of a whooping. Like nothing really happened in that fight. It was so boring. That is not a whooping.
I was
whooping is when you beat up.
I just made my blatantly repeated comment. The fact that he went around when the fight got competitive after 5 rounds, he went low repetitively in round 6 and 7.
He went what?
When the fight was competitive in the first 5 rounds,
yes,
it was 3-2 one way or the other. In the 6th round, to separate himself, Whitaker went low.
Oh, sorry, I missed it. Yeah. He did a Tito Trinidad. Of course, that is an old school fucking.
Yeah, he went low on Trinidad too.
Yeah.
But
Trinidad picked that up as well because Trinidad did the same thing against Vargas. You know, they like to maybe against David Reed as well. I don't remember that, but Trinidad liked to go low. You know what I mean? No, you're right. Sorry, I didn't understand what you. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he did go. No, but you know, listen, Chavez could have lost that fight. I'm not denying that. I'm not disputing that. No, Chavez beat fucking Bernal Whitaker. But it wasn't a whooping. And this is very important. It has to be established because it's okay to lose a fight. You know, but when you get whooped, obviously it has to be mentioned. It has to be put next to the loss. It was a whooping. Yeah, but when it's not a whooping, you know, we need to say it. It wasn't a whooping. You know, it's a big difference between losing a fight and getting whooped. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder got whooped against Tyson Fury. You know, I mean, there's a difference.
I digress. It wasn't a whooping.
Thank you, Chester.
Still a clear win.
You're welcome. I'll be back. You guys take over.
So what was the exact topic when I came in?
You know what would be a really interesting round robin fight at middleweight would be something like Carlos Monzon, Marvin Hagler, Triple G, and Bernard Hopkins. Those four going toe to toe for supremacy. Wouldn't that be something?
That would be great.
Except for the fact that in one particular fighter you mentioned, being Bernard Hopkins, there were different phases of his career that need to be. The rest of them were consummate professionals and already on top of their game when they got to the title. Bernard was still, when he got there, was still green and became better as time went on. Triple G was already a consummate professional and a world-class fighter. Bernard needed two fights against Singo and Makata to prove the fact that he could have been a champion, and no other middleweight you mentioned would have needed more than 5 rounds to prove that they were a world against Singo and Makata. So just pointing that out. What he became isn't what he was when he first started. Did I lose everybody?
Nope. Oh, I was just waiting. I was being polite.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I do talk a lot, but I was done at that point.
Oh, yeah, I know. I do talk a lot. But,
me too.
It's all good. But I was thinking I would swap out, like, if you were really to think about it hard, like middleweight fighters that should be on the pantheon, and who do you think that would be? Like, obviously someone like a Sugar Ray Robinson, but his best work was done at welterweight, really. So to put him up there with the really middleweight greats like the Monzons and the Haglers and so on, kind of hard. But I mean, who else in that type of weight category would you throw in there other than, right? So when you think of middleweight fighters who really made a mark on the division.
Well, the Ring's top 5 on more than one ranking was, I believe, in no particular order, because I can't remember the exact order. I think Robinson was 1, Monzon and Hagler.
I know they all. He's the first 5-time guy, right?
What's that?
Sorry, I said, of course they're going to put Robinson because he was the first 5-time champ, right? But I mean, he lost 5 times, right? But I love Sugar Ray Robinson. I think that he was a great fighter. But I'm also thinking, like, when you look at middleweight fighters, he seems more suited to be judged at welterweight than middleweight. But I might be wrong on that. Some people might disagree with me. But I'm
not going to disagree with you. I think the reason why he gets ranked there, though, is because people have high regard of Jake LaMotta, and he beat Jake LaMotta most of the times they fought.
I think it's more like the 5-time thing, because it's kind of like looking at what was his name? His name's on the tip of my tongue. I'm an old man, so I keep my memories fading me. But he was, he was a welterweight in the 60s, and he killed a guy, Benny Perrette. I forget. I don't know why I'm having to draw a blank on the fucker's name. Oh, wow.
Emil Griffin.
Yeah, Emil Griffith, right? Yeah. So like he was like 4-time welterweight champion, moved up, won middleweight crown, and all this kind of stuff, right? Having a similar career to Sugar Ray Robinson in a sense, right? So it's kind of, for me, when I look at the middleweight greats, I look at it more in the sense that guys that I look at it that stayed. The reason why I was going to omit Bernard was only because Bernard moved up to light heavyweight and won a title there. Hagler and Govetkin and these guys, they didn't really. I mean, Govetkin had to move up to super middle to fight Canelo for the money. He didn't really want to. That's why Canelo beat him so easily in the third fight. But that being said, Govetkin, Hagler, and
Golovkin.
Who was the other? And Govetkin. They all stayed at middleweight the whole time. And what always bothers me is that why do boxing pundits hold it against a fighter who stays at his weight? Like, to me, guys who moved up in weight and won titles in other divisions, all it really says to me is that they couldn't be the champ at the division they were supposed to be champ, and now they moved up and won a title in a weaker division against a weaker champion, maybe, right? So I look at things like that. Like, does anybody really think Golovkin could not have moved up to super middleweight at some point and beat one of their champions? Golovkin, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
I've had too many. But anyways,
I'm with you.
Does anybody really think that?
All right, guys, before we get into this, I wrote it down. Moving up in weight, is that like really necessary, a requirement to be a Hall of Famer? Before we get into that, let me just read a super chat because then I'm gonna forget. Pugilist Zine, thank you for your super chat. He says Eddie Hearn won the purse bid for Murataya versus Andy Cruz. What do you guys think of this one? Both can punch, so winner will likely win. So the winner will likely win by knockout. So Murataya, Andy Cruz, your thoughts on this fight, guys? I have Murataya.
My thoughts on this fight.
Yeah.
Of course, the Mexican has to fight Andy Cruz, right? Because Keyshawn Davis, who this dude's been running around calling himself your daddy for like your whole fucking career. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fighting him and making that up, you move up another weight class. Shakur Stevenson, instead of trying to fight this dude, he don't even act like this guy fucking exists. Have you ever heard Shakur Stevenson say Andy Cruz?
Hell no.
Fuck no.
No.
Hell no. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna act like this. Of course, Murataya has to fight him. And if Murataya gets past him, they're gonna act like Andy Cruz never fucking existed.
Yep. They're gonna talk about fighting each other, right? Like the big names, the big boys. Are we gonna fight each other? But there's nobody else in the division. They're gonna ignore everybody else in the division. This is it's gonna happen. But yeah, great point there. Good question, Pugilist. All right, should we tackle this big one? The big one this big question that Chester just brought up. Moving up in weight, is it a fundamental requirement when it comes to rating future Hall of Famers?
No, it's not.
Thank you. Awesome.
It depends. For instance, if Duran never moved up and just stayed dominant at 135, he'd still be the greatest Latin fighter, right? So to me, it really depends on who you are. By the way, just thinking about this the other day, I don't think I've ever seen a crowd go more electric as when Duran fought. And he had this factor.
Puerto Rican.
He had this factor. I'll tell you, but even in other words, he was the only fighter that like literally the entire Latin world was like behind him. You know, and I've never seen that before. You know, usually it's the Mexicans versus the Puerto Ricans or whatever. And when he took the stage, man, it was unbelievable. Maybe Tyson was exciting because you knew somebody was going to almost die. But with him, he was just I don't know if anybody's lit up a crowd like
Tyson would tell you it's Duran. Tyson would say it. Duran's the meanest.
Yeah, Tyson loves Duran. Yeah, but when it comes to the crowd, I mean, I've seen the videos. The crowd looks very agitated. And there was all these people with Panamanian flags, but the crowd was crazy, man. But I remember
they're gonna get beat up.
The fight when I remember that the crowd was crazy, and I even think Steve Kim mentioned. I think he was at that fight. I think he said he agrees with what I'm saying. Trinidad against William Joppy, I think Madison Square Garden. That looked crazy, man. And then Trinidad knocked Joppy down like in the first round or something, and the crowd was. And then you couldn't hear the commentary. It was just fucking the noise of the crowd. That was crazy, man.
Sick.
What about Chavez versus Greg Haugen in front of 135?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. How can I forget?
Oh, right.
I mean,
yeah.
Thanks for the question.
That's
a no-brainer.
People sitting at the very top of the thing, they couldn't see shit, man.
That'd be like,
yeah.
That'd be like the Sky Dome when Toronto just whooped their fucking LA Dodgers ass 11-4.
You still
and they got 9 runs in the second. But yeah, man, they're gonna get creamed.
Yeah. No, but that Chavez fight at
you
Azteca Stadium,
the
that was
crowd,
crazy, man.
You heard the crowd when Buddy hit that 3-run homer against Seattle? Oh, my God. It was crazy.
But back to the question of like moving up in weight versus not. I recognize I've talked about this before. Since 1980, or even before 1980, because there were 3 division champions back when there was just a one belt era. But 3 to 4 division champions, there's about 56 of them in the history of boxing, and most of them are since 1980. Yet since the beginning of boxing, we only have about 6 people that have ever had 20 title defenses in one weight class.
Yep.
So since the beginning of boxing, people that stayed in the weight class and defended all the way through to more than 10.
Name them without looking at the internet.
Joe Louis, Darius Mikucheski at super middleweight is both. It's both.
No, you're missing
Svenaki and
Vladimir Klitschko.
Yo, come on, man. Svenaki.
Vladimir Klitschko did not make a total of 20 title defenses.
Yeah, but
so no, I'm not missing him.
Can I just say, because I remember Svenotki, this mythological fucking thing. Was he that good though?
I don't know whether he was that good or not, but he actually won 2 belts in that division and beat several former world champions. So I mean, just because his style wasn't entertaining, I haven't watched all this fight.
Has more
that's the thing, though. That was the dark ages of the super middleweight division.
All right, but Muhammad Ali only had 10 per time that he reigned, except for the third time. Excuse me, he had 9-1 and 9 the other.
Overall, you could say the same thing about Klitschko because he had 2 reigns.
Okay, wait.
Okay, of course.
Let's draw the line. I'm talking about consecutive title defenses, not over more than 1 reign. I'm talking about consecutive title defenses,
right?
Not over more than 1 reign.
Okay, you got Joe Louis to start. He's the number 1. He's top of the line. He's got 25. Okay, and then who's next? You got Bernard Hopkins, got 20. You got Mikucheski.
Well, I'm the one naming them because you asked me. You want to take over?
Hold on a second. The WBO title at that time is very spurious, and he's fighting the bum of the month club in Europe.
Okay, no, listen. Chief is talking about title defenses, man. Just the number, man.
Sorry?
You cannot dispute the number.
Okay, fine.
I mean, it is what it is now.
Okay,
you want to question who he fought?
Not to mention, he beat Virgil Hill for 3/4 of the title at one point in time. No, and then those belts got taken away from him, and Roy Jones picked them up from paper champions. So if we're going from heavyweight down, it starts with Joe Louis, like you said, Mikucheski. Then you have both Aki and Joe Calzaghe at super middleweight. Then you have Bernard had 19 because Robert Allen was a no contest, which means the fight never happened. Bernard had 19 because a no contest is not supposed to count as a title defense.
Hey,
and Robert Allen's first fight with Bernard Hopkins. Yeah.
Did you catch the Parker Wardley fight?
I caught the highlight. Yeah.
Did you see a stoppage?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it was.
I'm intrigued.
Do you agree with the stoppage?
Well, I was the producer asked me a question, so I was answering the fight about the Parker fight. I mean, he was on his feet, somewhat defending himself, but I don't think he was out on his feet. But I don't think he was winning either. So I think the fight could have gone on a little bit longer. I don't know if it may not have been good for Parker's health for it to go on longer, but I didn't see him completely helpless on the ropes and out on his feet. So, and he is a big guy that can punch. So I think he could have been given the benefit of the doubt, but I don't think he was going to win. I'm sorry. What, Butcher? May I continue with my list?
I said continue with your list. Your list.
What list? What list? I'm confused now. Chester, what are you talking about, Chester? And what are you drinking? I want to know.
He was telling us all the guys who had 20 title defenses in a row.
He gave a bunch of names. How many more names do you want?
Okay.
Well, there are others.
Okay.
I mean, you want to go through the list, man? Like, I don't know, Chief, you decide.
No, well, I don't know. He's reading it off the thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, Bernard Hopkins was credited with 20 by some people, but his first fight with Robert Allen was a no contest. Therefore, some people, like myself, credit him with 19. Triple G had 20. Going down from Triple G, Abe Attell had 20 title defense, the featherweight title, but I think those over 2 reigns. so he doesn't make this list. Ricardo Lopez had 20 or 21 at 105. And that may be it. I don't remember anybody making some. A lot of guys made a lot of title defenses. Like Galaxy made like 19, I think, but I don't think he crossed the 20. He did not. I know that he did not cross the 20 title defense line, and Orlando Canizales didn't either, even though he made 16. So those guys made a lot of title defenses. But the 20, I think there's only like 5 guys.
Was Larry Holmes at 20?
No,
thank you.
And then you had
wait, Larry Holmes.
No, he
stopped.
Larry Holmes is also credited
Larry
for
Holmes
19.
had 20 defenses.
Well, hold on. Let me add this. A lot of people don't credit the Marvis Frazier fight because no title was technically on the line at the time. No belt was.
But overall,
but I agree with you.
It doesn't matter how
I
many
agree with you.
had. We're talking about title.
I agree with you. It should be 20, but most people are saying it's 19 because no belt was on the line against Marvis Frazier.
But what you don't,
so just
what you're not
pointing that
hearing
out.
about me, what I'm saying is, say for instance, Vladimir Klitschko's got 20 defenses. It's over 2 reigns. I get it, but it's still defenses. It's the same way with Larry Holmes has 20.
In the chat, we have.
Muhammad Ali had 16.
All right, hold on. In the chat, people are saying Dr. Eduardo says this dude yapping for what reason exactly? Yes, we all know plenty dudes made a bunch of defenses. That's true. I mean, what are we debating? Are we trying?
Well, I think
I don't know.
He was saying consecutive, not broken down. He said consecutive.
Yeah,
20
I was just saying defense. Whatever. Good, yeah, I get it.
20 or more title defenses. That was very specific, and he said about 5 or 6 have only done it.
Yeah,
wow.
Since the beginning of boxing.
Since the beginning of boxing.
And now it's easier to do it anyways because you have 4 belts. You can just fucking hide and defend one of those.
Exactly.
So fuck it.
Well, it's also easier to get. It's also easier to get titles in the 5 weight classes. Go from 105 to 108 to 112 to 115. These are like it may be a big deal for those.
Deontay Wilder had 9 title defenses. Deontay Wilder had 9 WBC title defenses. What does that tell you? He could have kept going to fucking 13, 14, 15. It doesn't matter. Like, see, the guy had 9 title defenses. That tells you everything about, why. Yeah, sure, you know what? In the past, if somebody had like 10 title defenses, holy shit, that was amazing. There was 1 title, then 2 titles. But at this point, we have 4 titles. The rankings are all manipulated. We have networks divided and everything. So at this point, what's the point of this debate? I'm sorry. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah, who cares?
Well, you could ask the question. You don't have to move up weight to be considered for the Hall of Fame. I said no. And to back my point is the fact that there've been, since 1980, there've been like 50 people who've won titles in 3 or more weight classes. Or since the beginning of boxing, there's only been about 10 people with 20 or more title defenses in a single reign, mind you. But my counterpart did.
Hey, look, you got Arturo Gatti in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Hold on, let him finish.
A lot of other really terrible fighters.
All right.
All right.
No, but Chief is making a good point. Like, you can see the difference.
He wasn't an A fighter. But he is also in Fight of the Year 5 times. Who else has done that?
Let's play a game.
Okay.
How about which fighters didn't deserve to be in? Want to play that one?
No. We'll not play that game. We know there's a bunch of fighters that shouldn't be there. In the chat,
right?
we have.
So there you go.
In the chat, debate over everything's. I can't even read right now. He says, sad for Parker, Usyk dodged a bullet. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean,
nah. Come on. The guy couldn't even beat a slow Wardley who gets hit by everything.
I mean, if Joseph Parker couldn't beat Wardley, although I still believe that Joseph Parker didn't take this fight seriously. That's why he came in fat at 265 pounds. But then again, that's not an excuse, right? If you're a true professional, you always come in 100%. So it is what it is.
He was winning 6-3, 7-3 when the fight got stopped, and the referee's a scum.
He did get hurt, though. Like, the thing is, Parker did get hurt. Parker did. He didn't want to be on the ropes. He ended up on the rope. So, like, whose fault is that? It's fucking Joseph Parker.
Bucho,
It's his fault.
Bucho, you remember? Okay, Bucho, do you remember Lennox Lewis when he fought Oliver McCall?
Yeah.
Was that a good stoppage? Really?
It's a different fight, man.
Seeing the bad fact he was about to fall down again.
It's a different fucking fight, man. What are you talking about?
No,
he was getting the
down a second time.
You're in a world championship fight. You got to give the guy a benefit of the doubt for 2 seconds, man. Come on.
They did, and he started to fall down again, and the referee kept him from falling down again.
Nobody got dropped in this fight. If I remember.
Yeah, that.
Lennox
still,
he got up. The referee was counting. Lennox has gloves up, and then his knees buckled and started to fall again, and the referee waved it off.
Screw job. And if you watch the fight, and after the fight was over, they interviewed Don King, and they said, "What's the chance of a rematch?" And Don King said right into the camera, "Slim and none." And Slim just left town. What does that tell you?
And that it tells me the fact you quoted something somebody said versus the fact the referee kept Lennox from falling down a second time. That's clear as day when you watch the fight. So, I mean, from one punch, Lennox almost went down 2 times.
People are saying in the chat that Joseph Parker is a bum.
I'm going to have to go watch it again.
Is Joseph Parker a bum? I don't think people are saying in the chat, Tu Matador is saying that Joseph Parker is a bum. Well, listen, I don't know if he's a bum, but he's not what people made him out to be.
He's not a bum, okay? He's a seasoned fighter. He reminds me of a guy that just is happy being, never really wanted to be super champion or something. Like he's happy being mediocre in the game. You know, like
well, I don't think he's happy being mediocre. I mean, I don't know, man. He doesn't seem to be training like to become a champion.
Exactly. Well, there you go.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go. Well, what does a champion have to do, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and there's something too. I noticed it tonight. I'm like, oh shit! You know, if you take a look at old Joseph Parker, like the Joseph Parker that fought Joe Joyce, for instance, you see a guy in Joseph Parker standing straight up. He's standing straight up. He only started bending his knees to duck under the Wilder shots. Like that's the first time he used a little bit of feint game. He never had a feint game before that. And I mean, why would a seasoned guy, 30-something years old, not have this in his arsenal already? And I noticed it tonight. And that he did have a double, and he was triple jabbing, and he was doing some nice stuff to working his way in. But what I'm saying to you is, why this late in his career? Why wasn't these things done 8 fights ago? You know, that's 9 fights ago. You know, why the new wrinkle now?
No, you're right.
That's a guy that never made the adjustments according to his career, along in his career, is what I'm getting at. Anyway.
No, you're right. This is the second time he gets stopped, right? So he got stopped against Joe Joyce. He gets stopped again. At this point, I think Joseph Parker's resale value, there's no resale value. This guy's done. I mean, at this
just
point.
Plummeted for sure.
Yeah, for real. You know, because, you know, when you lose once, you can make a comeback. You lose again. And I guess a guy like Fabio Wardley is like, okay, for real, you're not the real deal.
No, he's a bum.
He's not a bum. But
no, not a bum. He's not a bum.
He is a bum.
I don't know what he is. He's not a contender. Oh, he's a contender.
He's like a Berlanga. You're giving him too much credit.
He's not a world champion. He's not a world champion. That's the thing. He's not a world champion.
You're giving him credit off a BS win. It's like giving a guy credit for a BS decision.
He beat. Well, actually, you know, you have a good point. Some people actually debate or question that Zhile Zhang win. Remember, because Zhile Zhang, he dropped him twice, and you know he still won that fight somehow. So it wasn't like he dominated Zhile Zhang, if you think about it. In the chat, we have a comment here from MLO860. He says, Joseph Parker used to be a very quick and jittery. Sorry, he used to be very quick and jittery, but the crunk style of Andy Lee hasn't helped him. He's not a jab-heavy, rangy boxer. He had some success with the jab during the fight, but You're saying he's very quick, strong sound. Maybe you're right. Maybe that's not his style. Who knows, man? But the guy's, I wouldn't say he's done, but this belief or this idea that he could become a heavyweight champion, I think that's out the window at this point. That is gone.
Well, Usyk's around. There is no window.
Well, some people actually gave him not a good chance, but they gave him a chance of beating Usyk. But at this point, he has no chance. He can't even get through Fabio Wardley. What else? All right, I think we should end the show. I think we've been here for a long time here. 3 hours.
Later, Mucho. Happy Halloween, dude.
What?
Happy Halloween.
It's not even Halloween yet. Actually, I'm gonna go to Never Sober's fucking chat. So
don't forget, go to that referee's address and say how you feel.
Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. No. Don't do it.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Happy Halloween.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Trick or treat.
All right, people are going crazy here. All right, guys on YouTube, I really want to thank you for being on the show. I want to ask you to please hit the like button if you enjoyed the show. And yes, we will be posting more videos. I'm working on a video about who's going to be the next upcoming superstar. We also have another video coming out that BDA is working on. Mr. BDA is working on. Having said that, stay tuned for our next show and have a good night. And it's not Halloween yet. I don't know why Gonzalo's saying Halloween. Happy Halloween.